Hey guys, this is Tally and Trevere, here with more murders on the Yangtze River. Hang on a sec though. Where's Luke?
Hello.
Oh wait, I forgot I had turned you off. Okay, are you back? There you go.
Hello.
Wait, say something. Okay, yeah. Huh. Alright, cool. Anyway, we are on to the fourth case, and there's a lot of stuff going on. So we've got everyone on a ship and a bunch of suspects and our second dead body. We'll see if there are more.
Second dead body.
Yeah.
The cards are doing an ominous countdown.
Yeah.
Anyone could be next.
Anyone could be next.
Although, realistically, it's probably one of the people who is alone right now.
Yeah. And the
Now,
cat
I'm
has
very
also arrived on the
excited
scene.
for... Sorry, say again?
I said the cat has also arrived on the scene.
Aww. The adorable kitty cat. Yeah, so right now, I feel like place your bets. We've got the first mate who's off on his own. We've got the businessman brother who's off on his own.
Yeah.
Either one of them could be a tempting target. I'm leaning towards businessman brother because I think first mate is a little more suspicious at this point. But we could also have magician sister killed in the room she's in with a foo, and they're both asleep. And it could be a reframing
again.
a foo, essentially.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a foo again.
Yep.
So we've got some options.
Yeah. I guess we'll see. Alright, what do we see here? The fog at night covers a wide span. Visibility is but mere meters. Our ship seems to be sailing in endless darkness. There's a little kitty sneeze. You guys probably heard that.
She's trying to say a foo.
Oh, do you hear that? What is that sound? Do you mean the thumping and the clanging up ahead, Mr. Shen? Yes. I know. It's the sound of gongs and drums. Why would they be sounding gongs and drums in the middle of the night?
To appease the Luong King.
Yeah. It means our ship has reached the Luong King Temple. Today is Luong Head Raising Day, February 2nd. They'll hold festive events to worship the Luong King. We're not too far off.
Interesting. Now, our brother was killed in, like, on a holiday as well, right?
Yes. It was some kind of day when, like, the spirits of the dead were supposed to
we
come
might
visit or something.
have it in our, like,
oh yeah, I think we did.
in our facts, yeah.
Hungry Ghost Festival, that's the one.
Hungry Ghost Festival. Okay, yes, the 15th day of the 7th month in the lunar calendar. Which, obviously, we can all do that calculation in our heads.
Of course.
So we all know exactly when that happened.
But yeah, that would have been...
fact sheet.
We had the date then, it was like...
We did. No. We
July
were
or
given
August,
the
I
date
think.
explicitly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. I want to say it was like August because the Scottish Inspector Gumshoe told us that he's like, oh yeah, I noticed that this date is one of your Chinese holidays or something. So like he had done that calculation, but he wasn't instantly familiar with it. So yeah, that's the reason I'm bringing it up is just because there has been a significant amount of time between the death and this, because it's February now, you know? So,
yes, it's been like almost a year, right? Because they said that the death was 3 years ago, and this was about 2 years ago.
The death was 3 years ago, this is 2 years, so what was the delay in getting those ashes? Like, even if it's a long time investigation.
It could also be that we just haven't had a chance to go back. Plus, it also... I don't know how long it actually takes to get to China from England by ship.
That's also true. That's also true. They don't have planes.
They don't.
I mean, they might have. It might be around the time planes are just kind of getting off the ground.
But they probably wouldn't have, like...
there we go.
Yeah, they wouldn't have just, like, regular old passenger planes that just anyone can go on.
Casually flying across an entire ocean.
Yeah.
So, yeah. It might have been many months on the boat. That's true. Okay, so that does account for some of the delay.
Alright, so we didn't get a chance to check out the crew cabin last time, so let's take a look. This door leads to the crew cabin.
It's probably not important.
There's no need to go down there for now. We just came out.
There's no need. It's just the... I don't know. Well, I mean, we were in the cockpit, which maybe is what he's talking about.
No, I was
It's only the workplace of the deceased.
Yeah. I guess we can check back in on the cockpit. Hello, radio. Welcome to the stream.
I think they're leading us.
Yeah, well, they want us to investigate certain things, for sure. This is the cockpit. First mate Wu is at the helm.
Talk to a foo already.
Oh, no, talk to this ladder first. Oh, does this ladder lead to the top of the cockpit? That's right, Mr. Shen. Hao Chu's body fell from the roof of the ship. We should go up and take a look. Well, someone was clearly drinking here. What is this on the mast?
Unclear.
Yellow and white sticky marks on the ground should be Hao Chu's vomit. It is indeed from quite a while ago, as it has already begun to dry. Old Hao really drank to his heart's content, huh? There are 5 empty wine jars scattered across the floor, and 2 distinctive bottles. It appears to be imported liquor. Mr. Shen, that's cola water, a type of soda. It tastes really good. Huh.
It's this
is that like actual Coca-Cola?
This might be back in the cocaine days, you know?
Yeah, maybe. Especially in the summer, after cooling it down in water, you just... Oh, that's what she was drinking before. Chug, 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 chug. Chug, 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 chug. Damn, she really gonna down a whole bottle?
You know that might be poisoned, right?
Yeah. Well, I don't think she took it from here. She pulled one out before, so maybe she was just carrying one with her this whole time.
Maybe it was just that. I was like, I know you're a foo for the moment, but you don't have to, like, commit that hard.
You'll be happy as the day is long. Mr. Shen, do you want a taste of happiness, too?
Cocaine.
No, but thank you for the offer. Okay, I guess there's nothing else here.
Literally just those 2 things. Vomit and Coca-Cola.
This is my own cabin, which has already been investigated before.
I guess we...
Well, he's alive for now.
For now.
Or are these the offerings he's throwing? I didn't find the time to watch the VOD yet. What's the story so far? Wait, you were here for at least part of it, right? I don't know how much I need to recap, but I think let's just recap this case, I guess. So this is a flashback to when we first met Afu. It's about 2 years before present time, and about a year after his brother's death. So he's like going back to China to like bring back his brother's ashes. I don't remember if you were here for the flashback case with like his murder investigation. But yeah, you were there at the murder of the brother. So our friend Sketchy Joseph is also with us. And he's also helping with the investigation. So, yeah, we're on a ship. We've got some crew members. We've got this family that was traveling with us. And one lady from this family has already been found dead. There was like a whole thing with a blackout, and then we walked into the room and found her stabbed. And Afu was originally blamed for it, but we managed to clear his name for now. He hasn't spoken yet. We just saw him look absolutely terrified and traumatized, and he wouldn't say anything.
Afu is having some kind of PTSD thing going on.
Yeah,
Possibly because of his own father's death ?
Yeah, we did find out that Afu basically lives on this ship. Like, the captain has some high regard for him, presumably because I think his father and grandfather were, like, involved in building the ship. So yeah, he's there. He hangs out there and does his science experiments and stuff.
Yeah, and it's interesting, the captain is like, Afu could never ever murder anybody. I trust him with my life and all of yours. And the first mate is like, this is literally the first I've ever heard of this. And the captain was like, yeah, well, I don't talk about it.
Yeah, I think the first mate was the one who had originally, like, accused him, right?
Yeah, he's like, I nearly accused this guy of murder. You could have said something.
Yeah. So yeah, then we were going around investigating this murder, and we found another body of a man who had been missing from before. He was like one of the crew members, and it seems like he supposedly drank himself to death and just like choked on his own vomit. And he like fell down from the roof dead. But we suspect that there's more to it. One of the things is that the family at the beginning had been playing a card game, and they had noted that some of the cards were missing. And now we are starting to find these missing cards at the scenes of the deaths. So, something's going on. The
8 of characters, which is apparently just what the Mahjong card is called, was found at the scene of the sister-in-law's death, which we found first.
Yeah.
And then inside one of the wine jars next to the new dead guy was the 9 of characters, which they said was supposed to have been at the table during their original game, which is extra weird. But of course the thing is, we think the suspicion is that the second death happened 4 to 6 hours ago, and that we only just found the body because a wave shook him off of the roof. So the implication is that if it's a murder, the 9 of characters happened first, and then the 8 of characters. So we've got a countdown happening.
Yep. So yeah, things are happening.
Serial killer on a boat. Yeah.
Yeah, it might be all correlated. Yeah, we don't know.
It's all
the cards also have like a red mark on them that looks like a
like
blood streak. We're not sure what it is, though.
Which is especially because like the sister-in-law was stabbed. So it could have plausibly been her blood.
Yeah.
But the other guy allegedly choked to death. There was no blood on his body. There was just post-mortem bruising.
Yeah.
So it would have to be a very deliberate thing to streak that card with blood.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're
I kind of wonder if he did just like die naturally, but then the killer decided to set it up like that.
To set it up like that. I mean, so the thing is, I think that unless we get a third murder, people aren't going to be like, oh, there's a specific serial killer pattern. Like, okay, so I was talking about, Agatha Christie's, and then there were none. They have this, here's 10 murders that are going to happen in a specific order. Ooh, it's so scary. It's a countdown. But there's also an Agatha Christie murder the ABC killings, or I don't remember what the title is. I remember this book, but the title eludes me. But it was like, oh, there's a serial killer who is killing people based on like alphabetical names. Like he killed someone with the initials AA in a city that started with an A, and then they killed, somebody whose initials were BB in a city that started with B, and then PC in a city that started with D, and so they identify the next possible victim, initials DD in a city that starts with D and everything. But Hercule Poirot figures out it wasn't really a serial killing in that. The husband of victim C wanted to kill his wife, and so he orchestrated his ABC killings to make it seem like it was chosen essentially at random, so that people wouldn't look into him too closely. So I'm like, what if somebody's setting up they have a particular motive, but they're setting up some smoke screens.
Yeah.
So that they can kill the people they want.
Yeah, it could be.
We've got options, is my point.
We do have options. So yeah, anyway, we're currently like sailing through an area that's supposed to be like cursed. So this guy is very superstitious. He's trying
the Bermuda Triangle of the Yangtze. To be fair, he was nearly on a boat that did totally disappear and everything here.
Yeah, there have been boats that disappeared here. So he's trying to appease the local gods. Yeah.
Yeah. The Luong King. Toss. Everybody knows that river gods love pollution. Just toss those bags in the river.
Yep. Uh-oh. I mean, it could be that something that he just threw in there.
He was just tossing pork, but we probably should check like the paddle wheel or something for a corpse. Who's dead? So it's not him, so it could be the brother.
Yeah.
Could also be the sister in the room.
Oh, okay.
How'd
you figure that?
That's a very immediate assertion.
Oh my god. Oh no!
Yeah, it is a finless porpoise.
Poor creature.
Yeah, that's a porpoise, all right.
Okay.
All right. Which is admittedly kind of a wild thing, because insofar as like, okay, dead crew member, right?
Yeah.
His body was only going to be found when something happened to dislodge him from the roof, or somebody went to check or something. Given it was hours since then, it does feel like a weird thing to do a murder as part of like a serial killing thing. Ooh, I'm leaving my calling card. Ooh, anyone could be next. And then just like have your first murder be kind of stealthy. It could just be that they were banking on something will happen at some point. Just like boats are not, perfectly
I mean, honestly, it's a little surprising that nobody found him up there. Like, they were probably just expecting that people would be looking around and would find it. Because, like, people had been actively searching for him. I guess they just didn't think to look up at the roof.
They didn't think to look at the place where he regularly drinks. I don't know. Yeah, but, like, also weird. As somebody took advantage of this to make it look like a serial killing. Like, if he literally did just die and they were like, well, that's lucky, I can make this work. That could explain why the card was the one that was still left on the table, The 9 of characters was the only one that was there. But it would essentially mean that they would have had to have planted it, like, basically as soon as the body was found. They had to have been part of that group that was actually looking at it, you know? So that's a weird thing. I don't think they orchestrated this porpoise.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's move on.
I guess we can't talk to him. Alright, where do we
let's
want to
go back to the
first? Dining hall or... they probably won't let us
They
go
might
in
not
here.
let us go to the dining hall. I think they're telegraphing. Yeah.
Important. Yeah. Okay. Can we go in here?
Fine.
Fu and Miss Yinchu are resting inside this cabin right now.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, he's got some kind of snacks over there.
You know, you just saw
I say
something
he got the
traumatizing.
contraption off his hand.
What was that contraption?
He's still not talking.
He's trying to talk.
Well, now his mouth is just full of snacks.
He's at least trying to voice something. No, he's good.
Yeah, I think he's just swallow first.
Yeah. What if you'll never be able to speak again? I'm so confused about this.
There's a hand-drawn blueprint of what seems like a fish tank on the desk. It's the thing that his hand was in before.
The thing that his hand was on, yeah.
There's also a strangely shaped ruler and several issues of the Chinese scientific magazine. There's a row of test tubes,
like, I don't
two
know
bottles
what
of
this
reagents, and some apparatuses against the wall.
If only I had a scientific expert.
Mr. Shen, what's this device with the crooked neck? That is a microscope. It is able to make an enlarged image of a small object. That's absolutely magical. You have something to say?
All of my... Afu, please.
Are you trying to tell us this device is very delicate and needs to be treated with care?
So this is adorable, but also I'm like, we split up the voices with the expectation that Afu was kind of going to be a big part of this chapter because it's the Afu chapter.
Yeah.
And he has not said a single goddamn word.
I understand. We will be careful. There's a paper under the bed.
There's a paper, yeah.
Miss Yinchu, are you feeling better now?
Well, sure, I guess.
Oh, she's got cards.
I still can't believe that Yinzhou, she was... They definitely look more like the Mahjong cards.
Yeah.
Than her magician cards.
But which card is it? Is it one of the character cards, or is it just a random card?
If the character cards were missing, that's suspicious.
Miss Yinchu, don't feel back on it, or you'll feel bad again.
Yeah. Yeah, let's not talk about things. Okay, so...
There are still a few questions I need to ask you, Miss Yinchu. To your knowledge, Miss Yinchu, has Madame Yin ever had any grudges with anyone?
I've been studying abroad, so I have no idea.
How's her relationship with you three?
Timon and Yinzhou have more frequent contact. Liang Xin, like me, doesn't come home often. I've only heard Liang Xin say that Yinzhou and Timon have some grudges.
Grudges? What kind of grudges?
It's nothing. It's nothing. It's not important. I'm not involved in money-related issues. I love these. It's not important that there's a grudge in this murder investigation.
Earlier, why did you suddenly leave the dining hall?
I didn't like the mood at the mahjong table. I couldn't catch my breath. I was afraid my asthma would relapse, so I went back to my room to take medicine. I don't like there being a known asthmatic in the serial killer case. Feels like an easy way to bump somebody off.
Yep. At the time, was Madame Yin still inside the room?
Yes, she was.
Then did you see anyone suspicious, Yin-Chu?
No. My chest felt stuffy, so after I took my medicine, I went to the bow of the ship for some air.
Okay, I guess that is it.
There are still a few questions I need to ask you. None questions, none further questions.
On the lower bunk is a plate of pastries, similar in color and shape to peach blossoms. This is victory cake, a snack from southern China.
No.
There are paper charms on all four corners of the top bunk, and a portrait hanging at the end. Yeah, I did notice there was something up on the top bunk there.
Yeah, that's gotta be Timon's bed.
Yeah, I guess. Mr. Shen, the Luang in this painting looks so scary. Could it be the Luang King? Could it be that the Luang King has been on the ship all this time? Hiding in this painting?
Of course, it explains everything.
Yep. No fear, Elle. It's a replica of the 9 Luangs from the Song dynasty, not the Luang King. Mr. Shen, there's a piece of balled up paper under the bed. Mr. Wu, the 5,000 tiles of silver you borrowed are more than 2 months overdue. If you still can't pay it back before the end of the month, I can only come and claim it.
That's right, he owes the Luang King money.
Are you okay, buddy?
Fu, please. I want to voice you.
阿福哥好像有什么话想说呀。你是说你见到过可疑的人？
I love how we just have to interpret him now.
What's that, Afu? Timmy's stuck in a well.
啊？你说他不是人？
Where did you get that?
That is not what he said, Hell.
Oh, whoa.
让我来看看吧。
Wait, when did we get gloves all of a sudden?
We got gloves now. Finally, we can do real autopsies.
另外，这只镊子辛苦用热水烫一下，再用干净的布擦干。
What are we doing exactly?
Unclear.
阿福，请照。
Yeah. It's like it's stuck. We're doing dentistry now.
舌骨有轻微的脱位。
Oh.
Holy shit, we're doing surgery.
So he literally can't talk. His
He
mouth is
literally could not
broken.
talk.
Jeez. Poor guy.
沈大哥，给。
阿福，保持现在的姿势，再慢慢把舌头往外吐。
He's like, what the hell are you doing to me?
别动。
疼疼疼疼疼疼疼！我
He talks.
Finally.
Poor kid, jeez.
先生，你是怎么做到的？太神奇了！你帮了我2次，我都不知道该怎么感谢你了。
不必客气。
Well, please don't shank us. Actually, that would be bad. We're already on a murder boat.
船舱里，我只觉得天旋地转，一句话也说不出。还好先生帮我解释，否则。
So, the fact that his hyoid bone was dislodged implies that he was actually like hit at some point, not that saw a dead body and the trauma is causing a reaction.
Yeah.
Unless it's like that significant.
I mean, could he have...
It's also like Joseph... Oh, yeah,
maybe.
no, sorry, go.
I was gonna say, could he have hurt himself like that just from, like, falling? Because he, like...
Tripping and falling
well,
on
he broke his
arm
glasses,
thing.
so, like, something happened. He
like,
must have fallen down
with his
somehow. Maybe
his own little glass jar thing.
Yeah, I don't know if it was by accident or if someone actually like hit him.
Someone was like
But-
karate chop.
Yeah, I don't know.
小鹅，你在笑什么？
So funny.
没什么啦。
我怎么变成抓舌头了？
你刚才是惊吓过度导致的舌骨脱位，故而无法发出声音。
Oh,
Oh, okay, no, he
that's just a
literally
thing that can happen.
It's just a thing you can do.
现在虽然通过外力将舌骨复位了，但肌肉还没有完全恢复。
Was Shen studying? You know, he was studying like law, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Shen was
I don't think
studying
he has a
law in
background in
Boston.
medicine. I mean,
Yeah,
I guess
I
he
think
must
this
have
is
just
just something
studied.
else he
just,
picked up.
Yeah.
不
Yeah.
必过度担心。
Because I remember thinking if you study law in Boston, that's not actually applicable to Chinese practice, probably.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, I had a similar experience. My
Yeah.
brother did open mouth surgery on me.
先生，你需要我参与调查吗？我把我知道的
Yes,
都告诉你
please.
不急
It is very suspicious to me that Elle just keeps following us around just randomly.
银珠姑娘也是。若没有通知，不要离开仓房半步。
Yes. You guys should not be moving around alone.
Let's not have a foo in the Afu chapter. You know what this Afu chapter needs? Less Afu.
Well, I have investigated all that I could.
And importantly, we didn't give Afu any lines that Luke could voice.
Yep. We should go
That's
see
the
if
most
Joseph is
important
in
part
need
of this
our
chapter.
assistance. No problem. Alright, I guess we're done. Interesting that it's locked now.
Yeah. Who did that? And why?
Alright, what have you guys got going on?
你们来的正是时候，帮忙把好久的尸体也搬到船员室吧。
好的，
Oh, is that where they took Madame Yin's body? I guess that's why we were
Yeah, because they
down
needed
there
a
before.
cool place.
Yeah, that's right, I remember now. Oh,
等一等，这里有点不对劲。
uh-oh.
Oh no.
沈大哥，你别吓我。
尸体有变化，被人动过。
Uh-oh.
Joseph.
头发，
Yeah, she had like a fancy hairpin. I guess did they want to steal it
Yeah.
or what?
A very fancy hairpin.
怎么变长了？
Well,
It
I
didn't
mean,
grow
it
longer.
was-
I think they just took it out.
Elle, do you not know how hair
Or did the
works?
body get switched? Is it like a different person now?
This is a different person. This is fully a...
该不会还没死吧？
think they
Elle,
just
you're
let her
gonna have
hair
to shave
down.
Yeah. So, okay.
不会是
Elle
不
is
做
suspicious as all get out. Okay?
但这究
Elle
竟
just shows up,
是
is
怎么回事？
like, I'm gonna follow you around. Well, Shen, they just put her hair down.
Yeah.
I don't... Elle, I get, but you?
Yeah, so I think Elle and I were the ones who brought her down here, right?
Yes.
So presumably at that point she would not have had her hair down. I guess someone must have snuck in here while we were investigating elsewhere. It's weird to me that her hair is like fully down, like under her body.
Yes.
It's like they would have had to like lift her up.
Like something was happening
back.
deliberately. This wasn't just,
Yeah.
oh, sweet
well,
hairpin,
it wasn't
I'm
even
gonna
someone
steal it.
just like grabbed the hairpin. They would have had to like move her body.
No, it's like her hair has been like undone. Fully.
Yeah, exactly.
So the thing is, I'm just like, listen, there's a whoever is being the weirdest about accusing people tends to be the killer kind of thing. And I'm just saying, Elle is hopping on every single conspiracy theory that is lobbed her way.
I don't think that's necessarily suspicious, though. I think
it's not necessarily.
I think
but
she's
it's
just kind of scared. I think the first mate Wu was acting much weirder.
Yes, but I haven't ruled out the possibility that there are killers working in tandem, because it's like
it could be.
If we're right about the countdown cards. Like, we're trying to count down. There were 11 people on this boat. So, there could be 2 killers and 9 targets.
Yeah.
But, like, it's a combination of that and the fact that, like, I'm not sure what purpose Elle has for following us around so closely. Because, like, in the tutorial case, we had time where we were investigating without a food, right?
Yeah.
And then this is very explicitly, this is the chapter where we meet Afu. So you kind of expect that, like, you know, Maya, you know, is in Ace Attorney. When Maya's accused of murder, she's kind of immediately our sidekick. So there's something interesting in the fact that this is Afu's chapter, and they are very resolutely not letting Afu be Afu, you know?
Yeah.
We've got a substitute Afu. All right.
Yeah, I guess we'll see.
Shen, I think her hair was always this long.
是发簪，
Yeah,
听夫人的发簪
Shen.
被偷走了。
所以她的头发才会散下来，就像是变长了。
Guys are
Yeah,
dumbasses.
This wasn't the obvious.
你是失婚的，你揉这根发簪啊，有钱都买不着。打造他的银匠，可是在宫里当过差的，现在手艺都失传了。
So here's the thing. I think it's actually unrelated to the murders. I think Wu Timon took the hairpiece because he owes somebody money.
Yeah, he needs the money.
And he's like, well, she's dead.
I also kind of wonder if,
So-
like, he could be involved in this just because of the, like, of the supernatural element that, like, he's trying to convince us really hard that it's something supernatural.
We did see,
yeah, I don't know.
The broken coin, was that in the,
That was in our
which
room.
room did we find
that was
Our room.
in our room, yeah. Where
Our
we also
room
had a missing
where-
bottle.
Yeah, the missing bottle feels like a tie towards, Chow? Was that his name?
How Chu, I think his name was?
Guy who died.
Yeah, the alcoholic. Yeah.
Yeah, but so the coin, and he's got this big coin sword here.
Yeah.
And the sister is carrying a whole bunch of mahjong cards. So
And someone is exploiting
We've
his tendency
got-
to attribute everything to the supernatural, maybe.
we've got
So
a
also
lot of options.
the card that was there was the 9, which had been like on the
The
table.
9.
So it's possible he would have had access to it.
Explicitly.
Like,
Yeah. So
Yeah, I don't
we've
know.
got some options here.
但那根发簪做工精良，不排除有人起了贪念。
Well, if it's not greed, I wonder if there's something else to the hairpin.
It has sentimental value.
Not even necessarily that, but there's, I don't know, something hidden in it or some kind of, I don't even know.
Yeah, like I could also see Timon stealing it for reasons of if I offer this to the Luong King.
That's also a possibility.
Seems like he was
Yeah, it's
mostly
like,
sacrificing
well,
pork
she's
and stuff,
dead.
but
She doesn't need it
he's
anymore.
dead. This valuable
We
thing
might as well use it to keep us alive.
to keep the rest of us alive.
Yeah.
沈大哥，你说会不会是凶手偷的？
Well, if the murderer wanted to steal it, they would have just taken it.
Yeah, the murderer
in
could
the
have
first place.
just stolen it.
有这个可能。若是凶手偷的，发簪上很可能藏有
Yeah,
重
like
要
maybe they didn't realize there was something about the hairpin, but when they realized they had to take it. I don't know.
Yeah.
小娥，
So
我们得仔细调查一下船员室。
we probably should have done this first.
盗走发簪的人，也许会在屋内留下痕迹。
So
Locked
we've
door.
got,
What's
yeah.
Oh, does this door lead to the stowage? It's the engine room. Uncle Link says the machines are dangerous, so it's locked during work. Whose notebook is this? There's a notebook with a pen at the foot of the desk. Of the bed. The Travels of Liang is written on the title page, with an illustration of a ship with wings. The notebook is filled with dense and scribbled handwriting. In 1957, Liang boarded a flapping-winged airship named the Thunderous Dawn. In search of clues to evolve into the perfect man, he began his journey across the world. This sounds vaguely familiar. I wonder if this is based on a real, like, book that I've heard about at some point.
Maybe.
I didn't know Liangshin was writing a novel. Okay, no, it was just his own thing.
He's passionate about writing. That means he's the killer.
Yep. Uh-huh. Mr. Shen, there are 2 pieces of paper inside. Speaking of pieces of paper, yeah, well, we got that one piece from under the bed. That was the, like, the debt. Okay. The first piece of paper reads Global Travel Plan and marks the route on a scribbled map. The second piece of paper roughly calculated the expenses of traveling across the globe.
Expenses, yeah. He can't
Mr.
afford
Shen.
this unless he inherits.
Yeah. What does global travel mean? Why does it cost so much?
This just in, Shipmate L is a flat earther.
Just borrow and read Mr. Yangshin's book Around the World in 80 Days, and you will know.
So wait, is he writing the book Around the World in 80 Days?
No, I think...
I was like, I feel like Vern would have something to say about that.
The lower bunk is tidier than the upper bunk. It belongs to First Mate Wu. There's a map of the world drawn over with circles and dots hanging on the wall. Around the map are some posters and postcards depicting scenic spots from various regions. A few books, including Around the World in 80 Days and The Travels of Marco Polo. Yeah, so that's...
Okay, I'm pretty sure he didn't write that second one.
There are 2 empty wine jars and garbage on the bed. The
Man,
pillow
I
and
wonder
bedding are
whose
also
bunk
a
that
mess.
Such a mystery.
Without doubt, this bunk belongs to Hao Chu. That is indeed Old Hao's bunk. Hell, do you know the reason for his alcoholism? Old Hao liked to repeat this one nursery rhyme. The bride smiled brightly on her wedding day. The Luong King came and swept her away.
Okay.
Cruel fate. This This may have been something he personally experienced.
So, the thing that's interesting then is because the nursery rhyme was set up for him. So, he was interested in Madame Yin when she showed up.
Yeah.
And he said that she looked like someone he was supposed to marry.
Yeah. So I guess she must have died.
Yeah, well, okay,
presumably
so here's the thing.
Drowned / been on one of the missing ships.
But I'm also willing to bet that one of a few things happened. First of all, missing ship covers a lot of things. It could very easily cover some manner of insurance scam where the ship goes missing and they get a bunch of money from it, or something. In some way, it benefits the people who own the ship for it to mysteriously vanish. There could also be, honestly, it could be a metaphorical. The Luong King swept my bride away, as in she got interested in marrying into this merchant family that does stuff around the Luong King temple.
Yeah.
It could be a, this is a metaphorical death. And in that case, it could be that literally this is her. And so that's why he, noticed her, and could be a domino on this is what led to them getting killed, Yeah,
it's possible.
So.
No wonder old Hal always said this nursery rhyme was set up for him. Well, let's not do that yet. There are several scattered pages behind the ladder. They appear to be wrinkled. Drinking at night below deck I stayed. Waking at dawn, my work is delayed. He was working on poetry. If that's the state that has come to pass, why not just go pour another glass? An empty stomach, save last night's wine, leaves me sad, so I cry and whine. I'll spend all of my money on booze. Tomorrow morning, I'll still hit snooze.
Okay, objection. They cannot have snooze buttons on alarm clocks in this time period.
Could they? I don't know. How did alarm clocks
I don't
work at
think
this
so.
time? Is this poem written by Hao Chu? Yeah, old Hal likes to write stuff like that when he's bored. Oh, we got an achievement for finding the poem.
Achievement
That's cute.
for it.
Upper one.
See the inherent humanity of a murder victim.
There's no mess on the bunk at all. The bed is made perfectly neat and in order. Is that the captain? Mr. Shen, this used to be Shipmaster Lowe's bunk. He gave it to me after I came aboard.
And why are you so neat, Elle?
And how does the shipmaster usually rest?
He stays in the wheelhouse.
Below decks.
The bedding on the lower bunk is wrinkled but tidy. There are newspaper clippings on the wall.
This is Uncle Ling's bunk. He enjoys reading the newspaper during his free time.
So, do we know Uncle Ling?
I think that was the guy. Well, we didn't really talk to him, but he was the one who was like looking for Hao Chu at some point.
Okay. And he's off on his own. So he might be murdered.
This guy.
That guy, okay.
Not much is known about him indeed. Oh!
The magic troop.
The magic troop comes into play. The magic troop
Financial
faces
crisis.
crippling financial crisis. Shanghai trip becomes a swan song trip. Huh.
Well. Looks like those magic cards are coming into play after all.
Good reputation out the door. Commercial sea legends no more. I guess, is this about the Woof family? Another strange case in the waters of the Lung King Temple. Escort ship gone missing.
Oh no, he's got his own conspiracy board.
Yep. Let me record this.
Joseph might be interested in
the
this. Yeah, I
contents of
bet
the
he
newspaper
will be.
clippings. We need to talk to this guy's stat before he gets murdered.
Stat. Before he gets murdered.
There's something under the pillow. There's a roughly made light yellow skirt embroidered with several ducks. Huh. So this is what Uncle Ling has been secretly sewing for days. He wouldn't let us look at it. I wonder who it's for. Like, does he have a daughter somewhere that he's making this for? What is this? Like,
I mean, they could also be related, and it could be for Elle.
Maybe. Old Ling seemed like a rugged man. I did not expect him to know embroidery. Who could this meticulously sewn women's coat skirt be made for?
So it's...
I remember Uncle Ling had a daughter, but she passed away a few years ago.
So, are we maybe back to the... They might actually be intending for Elle to appear as a boy to the audience? Because, like, if it's a twist that the skirt was made for Elle, because this is a woman's coat skirt...
I don't know.
I heard the shipmaster say her death anniversary was soon, so maybe it was an offering for her.
Soda time.
Do these sodas belong to you?
Actually, Yangshin brought them on board. But I just absolutely love drinking cola water, so I made a deal with him.
What is the
It's addictive
nature
for
of this
a reason
deal?
I can't quite explain.
What is this deal?
Every time I help Yangshin wash the vegetables or do the dishes, he gives me a bottle.
So he's got a lot of bottles.
Why did he bring that?
发现与盗发簪之人有
Yeah.
关的线索了吗？
目前没有发现外人进入船员室的迹象，
I haven't gotten to examine the bodies yet.
基本都是船员的生活痕迹。
Don't kick me out, please.
Maybe we should look at the bodies.
Oh, god damn it!
先前在餐厅的时候也
This
听说，
game keeps cutting me off.
沈大哥，这是车中的声音，船长发指令调整船速呢。等灵书操作一下就不响了。
It's not gonna stop, is it?
Uncle Ling's dead. The sooner you accept that.
为何迟迟没有人回应？
Because he's
he's
dead.
dead. The seven of characters.
老林，你在里面吗？请开门。
Kick the door down.
开下门，是我，小娥。
情况不对，破门进去看看。
Kick. Okay, well. Murder boat time.
Well,
Okay, well that does explain where the hairpin went.
yep.
Yeah, I don't think he's that good of a doctor.
很遗憾，他已经断气了。
怎么会这样？
Well,
灵书，
老林尸体的附近出现了第
The
三张。
third mahjong card, the seven.
yep.
Yep. Count down.
这就是
Count
船上发
down.
生的第三起命案了。是
Yeah, he's just like we're not even
为什么要连续
we're
杀
not even considering the first one's not
好
homicide.
久是最早死亡的，他的身边出现了一张
A
酒
nine of characters, yeah.
接下来是殷夫人，她身边的牌是
Eight
8
of
万。
characters, yep.
第三个死亡的是老林，他的牌是7万。
I wonder if he's like deliberately positioned the same as Madame Yin. With the
Yeah.
stab through the
Seems
heart
to
and
be a
everything.
similar pericardium strike.
打掉牌，似乎在做某种倒计时。
Counting down, yep. Murder boat.
这个当当声实在吵闹，令人无法思考。小娥，你知道怎么关掉声音吗？
知道，得调整蒸汽缸旁的车钟。
You can't go back.
Yeah, you're like, I want to look at the bodies.
Can we at least look at other stuff in here? No, I think. Oh.
No.
Oh, that's right. He came through the dining hall before. This door is open. It leads to the dining hall. I should go there after investigations in the engine room are complete. Okay. This should be the engine telegraph.
这个设备看起来有些复杂。
沈大哥，那个黄色指针是船长想要的速度。
指针指向了微速前进。
操作车钟前面的拉手，把它调到同样的位置。
Okay.
再拉一下顶部的拉杆。你操作好之后，车钟就不响了，船的速度也调整好了。
So I will say, it's gonna be a little hard. It would be hard for Elle to have done this. Has a pretty good alibi of being glued to us the whole time.
Yeah.
刺耳的当当声，总算停止了。
Wait, why did we have to change it twice? That was weird. What is the shipmaster trying to do? Why are we changing speeds? I guess we'll find
好
out.
好调查一下现场。沈先生，怎么麻
So
烦你
how
来调
funny
整
would
车钟
it
了？
be if
老爷们
Shipmaster Lowe was the one doing it and we found out and we just like let him keep doing stuff with his boat?
Yeah.
He's just here 2 years later, like, eh? Yeah, I'm sorry, buddy. We're losing folks fast.
死了。
Nobody's going anywhere alone.
Hmm.
We're just sitting in a room together.
车中迟迟无人响应，贝先生提醒我下来看看。
So the thing is, obviously, Joseph is also just a super suspicious guy in general, but I cannot imagine, like, he's up to some kind of grand conspiracy.
Yeah, I feel like he wouldn't do anything this overt at this point.
Yeah, like,
First of all, I think he's gonna be a
jeopardizing
more, like,
he's a
overarching
long-term
villain. Like, he's
endgame
not,
villain, yeah.
He's not gonna
He's the
show his cards
endgame.
this early. But also, like, I feel like he doesn't have...
Show his cards.
Yeah. He doesn't have any, like, connection to this stuff. He doesn't have a motive here.
He's just like, God damn it, I got embroiled in a completely different criminal conspiracy by accident.
郑，现场情况怎么样？
我也是刚到现场。
那就一起调查吧。
Quick, turn the steam valve.
The red circular valve is installed on the piping connected to the boiler. Seems like it adjusts the cylinder's air inflow and the steam turbine's rotation rate. There are meters on both sides of the valve. The pointers are vibrating slightly. The position of the valve is in a fully open state. The pointer also indicates maximum value. How's this going to be relevant?
I don't know.
I have a strange feeling about this steam valve. Something seems to be peculiar.
If only we knew somebody mechanical who could help us figure out what's wrong. Mr. Shen, only you could operate such a complex steam turbine properly.
I don't know shit about steam turbines. Why are you...
Only you, Mr. Shen!
I do not deserve this praise, Shipmaster Lowe. Yeah, we still can't go there.
Nope.
Shipmaster
You will sit in this
Lowe,
room and you will investigate.
there are still a few questions I would like to ask you.
Don't hesitate to ask, Mr. Shen.
Shipmaster, how did you and Old Ling get to know each other?
Old Ling used to frequent this ship, but then he fell on hard times and stayed on board to work. Hard times? Hard financial times?
Presumably.
I mean,
Fell on
yeah, I
hard
guess
times.
there wouldn't be many other hard times there could be, but... I heard Liang Xin say that Old Ling used to be a guard for his family.
So he's also connected to this.
But when his daughter caught a strange disease, he left the Woos in search of a cure.
What?
A strange
That is
disease?
super suspicious.
Like one our brother could have been working on curing? And or accidentally developed a biological agent that causes? Even after spending all of his money, he still lost the child.
And he was looking at stuff related to the Woos and to this magic troupe. I mean, maybe he was looking at the magic troupe because he found the connection between it and the Woos. And hey, Kit, welcome to the stream. There's been stuff happening. We've got a third murder on our hands.
So the funny thing is, I have been waiting to whip out an Arrested Development Joe Bluth joke vis-a-vis all these magicians, and there's still time for that. But it is very funny that it's like, okay, look, if we have a very rich family with infighting and inheritance stuff, and also one of them abandoned responsibilities to become a stage magician. I'm just saying this we might find a few more Arrested Development connections than we were initially assuming.
And yeah, the countdown's at 7 now.
Countdown is at 7, yep. And that's the thing, there are 11 people on the boat. Which means, if the countdown starts at 9, there would be 2 killers. That would
So
be
the other thing is that, like, if they're intending to go through with the whole countdown, like, we're on a ship. Someone needs to get us back. So they would have to... Either the person responsible knows how to drive the ship, or they are intending to leave someone alive who can drive the ship.
Yeah, but I do feel like there's a point where... I think if you're a killer, if you're a serial killer and you've just killed off everybody on Shipmaster Lowe's boat, say, you are doing a gamble that Shipmaster Lowe won't just, like, kill you in self-defense and or just be like, I'm not piloting this ship for you, fuck you, you killed all my crew. Because it feels
but, like, I'm saying they have to have some kind of plan.
They have some kind of plan, but I'm just saying, like, if the plan is exclusively there will be just me and one pilot of the ship left.
Yeah. I think
really
more likely they're just not intending to go through with the all 9 countdown. It might be that they're setting up, like you said, that they're kind of setting up the pattern.
Yeah. They could be doing
possibly to
an
mislead
Agatha
us
Christie fake out.
and yeah, not actually intending to go
3
through with
is
it.
a pattern, makes you assume things, but actually the real intended victim was one of these 3.
Yeah.
What's it? So yeah, it was Old Ling. We don't actually know him very well. He stokes the furnace. He's been here around. Elle is still alive. Kind of suspicious in my opinion. I am suspicious of the way that she stapled herself to our investigation.
Is there any correlation between the victims and the numbers? I don't think so. I think it's just by the order of death.
Yeah, so
that the first one is 9, then 8, 7.
Allegedly, the character cards correspond to figures
that is also true.
Of, like, folklore, but we don't know which ones correspond to which.
The cards have some kind of meaning, but we don't know what the meaning is.
Unknown. Yeah. So, that's where we're at.
Those are the trials and tribulations of being parents.
Voice box got fixed, so maybe I can voice him at some point.
Has Old Ling ever been on unfriendly terms with anyone?
He's a martial artist. He must have made a few enemies back in the day when he traveled the land. But that also means, man, somebody got the drop on him.
Yeah.
But I can't think of anyone on this ship who would want to kill Old Ling.
What is his relationship like with the other crew members on board?
Old Ling's quite closed off. He doesn't talk much to anyone else except for Elle. Use a pronoun, please, for Elle. I need to know if she's intended to be... I hired Elle to work in the engine room. Okay. But Old Ling wouldn't let her touch the steam engine. Okay. So, yes. Yeah. This is not a secretly a girl twist. Everyone knows she's a girl. Okay. He only gave her simple jobs like working the engine telegraph, protecting her like his own. Okay, so definitely the apron was for Elle. So
Most
it's
likely,
not like
yeah.
a mystery that's a work apron, but it's like a surrogate daughter situation.
Yeah. And no, the sister didn't die. So
The dead
I think you were
so
around last time for the first two deaths, which was the sister-in-law and then the drunkard, and then now the like ship engineer
and
has
now
died too.
And from the looks of it, the drunk crew member would have been killed first. They were estimating his time of death as 4 to 6 hours.
Yeah, we said that he's been dead for a while.
Yes. There's also a dead porpoise, but that's probably unrelated.
Yeah. The sister is still somewhat sus, but I think she's been with Afu pretty much the whole time.
Well, she's been with Afu, but Afu's also been sleeping off his trauma.
That's
true. So there's
true,
room for her to sneak out. She's also visibly holding a bunch of mahjong cards, which at
least one
point,
card. We can't quite tell.
At least one mahjong card,
holding.
but like at this point,
that is suspicious.
The game has been doing a lot of important clues in the sprites, so.
Very suspicious indeed. Okay, let's ask about Elle.
Very suspicious.
Shipmaster Lowe, you said that Old Ling and Elle were like father and daughter.
Yes, Elle has been a child suffering from cruel fate. Her parents are both dead, and she was almost maimed for theft before Old Ling saved her. Old Ling believed she was a good kid after finding out she stole to pay back her parents' debt. He helped her pay off part of the debt and brought her on board to work on the ship. Elle also treasured their relationship and treated Old Ling well.
Hello, Ree. Are we on a new murder or the same one as before? We're on the same case, but there's been a third body discovered.
Yeah, the final countdown is happening. Yeah, we're on 7.
We're on 7.
All right, no further questions. I mean, there's the cruel hands of capitalism. I think that debt collection at the time.
Yeah. A set of huge cogwheels powered by the steam engine are rotating rapidly. At the center of the bow gear is a transmission shaft connected to the paddle wheels outside. Alright, this time we definitely have to do the autopsy, right? So if I don't click on him, I can definitely explore everything else, right? The game's not gonna cut me off, right?
No, you've soft-locked yourself now. The game is unsolvable. We have to start over.
The body collapsed near the speaking tube. Yet the lid of the speaking tube is closed. Oh, there are a few questions I would like to ask you about Old Ling.
Ask away, Mr. Shen.
What was Old Ling's relationship like with Hao Chu?
One was reserved, while the other had no inhibitions at all. Although they worked together, they rarely talked to one another.
Where's the businessman? I wonder if he's gonna be next. He was up on deck, throwing sacrifices into the water. So he's still doing his thing.
The first mate's on his own steering the boat.
Yeah.
But the first mate has some motives now, I think. There's also, okay, so things that I'm thinking. It would be hard for Elle to have been the one to kill Old Ling on account of she's been stapled to us for this entire investigation, and we had seen Ling alive decently recently.
Yeah.
But they brought up that he's a martial artist, and I'm like, okay, so whoever killed him was able to kill him, it looks like from the front, without getting
well, we'll have to do we'll have to do the autopsy and see if we can
for sure
figure out the cause of death. Also, there's some kind of bruises or something on his legs, which is odd. So
I guess what I'm saying is there is a scenario I could see for like, oh, Ling was killed by Elle and he didn't fight back because Elle's like a daughter to him. He was betrayed, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Except I don't think that works with like her opportunity to do murder.
She was with us the whole time. Like
she was with
again,
us.
We brought the body down, and then I think she's been with us ever since then. So like she literally could not have gotten her hands on the hairpin to begin with.
Yeah, and that's the thing. So it's like, look, I'm not, I haven't ruled out the two killers theory. I think there's a decent chance that that's going to explain some discrepancies with alibis, but it does mean that whoever did this was working with Elle, they don't have the benefit of could get the drop on Old Ling because he wouldn't want to hurt them back, you know? It's like, okay, Elle's probably the only one he'd drop his guard for.
Yeah.
So, but we've also got, we've got a lot of other things, like, First Mate has motive. Wu has motives. First Mate Wu has motive of he wants to travel the world and he needs money to do it.
Yeah.
The sister has motive of definitely she's a part of this magician troupe and that magician troupe needs money.
Yep.
So
everyone needs money. It all comes down to money.
Money. So, okay.
Who do you think would want to end their lives?
I don't know about old Hao, but I'm sure that family had something to do with Uncle Ling.
Do you mean the Wus?
Mr. Shen, you still remember the newspaper clippings on Uncle Ling's wall, right? He seemed to be really concerned with how the Wus were doing lately.
Yeah, the thing that I'm also wondering is, could there be a case of, given everybody has motive, could we have some kind of case where people are doing murders and then getting killed themselves?
Yeah, it's like a chain murder.
Yeah, like, I don't think it's like a comedy of errors kind of thing. I think it's like some people were brought into the loop on the basis of they wanted to kill someone specifically, but also the end goal involved killing them and they weren't told about that part.
Yeah.
So, I'm like, with the Ling and Hao didn't really, like, get along kind of thing, it's like maybe that has something to do with it.
Compared to Madame Yin and Hao Chu, Old Ling's facial expression is relatively peaceful.
Maybe he committed suicide.
The corners of his mouth are even, slightly raised. Uh-oh.
Joan, what's the matter?
My brother. His expression before he died. Corners of his mouth were also raised. Oh boy.
Okay, we might get some answers.
Could it be that...
That's just your imagination, John. After death, the facial muscles of the deceased are flaccid, meaning they are expressionless. When a sharp blade pierces the heart and causes a rupture, the victim dies instantly. His calm expression is just a result of muscular flaccidity after death. This case has nothing to do with Brian's case, and there are still homicides taking place. What you need to do now is put your nose to the grindstone and your shoulders to the wheel.
Still just showing off his idioms, goddammit. Shut up!
So Joseph is, I think he's telling the truth, but also he's gaslighting us. That's a thing, if anyone can do that.
Yeah.
Okay, so potential thing is if he killed himself, what if he did both the murders and then killed himself and then used the card to be like, oh, there's serial killings happening. Something, found out they were responsible for his daughter's death. Maybe
again, the first death wasn't intentional. Or wasn't a homicide. But if, like, he wanted to kill Madame Yin and then himself, then he could also set up the other guy to make it look like it was a serial killing.
Yeah, the stabbing the pericardium, you wouldn't even have time to scream thing.
Yeah.
That could be martial artist knowledge.
It could be. That is very true. The murder weapon pierced him through the heart, dealing him a fatal blow. The position and angle of the stabbing are consistent with Madame Yin's case.
It's obviously the same murderer, but the weapon has changed from a candlestick to a hairpin.
The deceased has rough hands. There are thick calluses on the joints of the back of his hand.
It can be seen that he was once a martial arts practitioner.
The joints of his body are still flexible. Rigor mortis has yet to set in. There are signs of livor mortis on the legs, which fade in color when pressure is applied.
Is the body already showing signs of livor mortis? Livor mortis this, livor mortis that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because of the temperature.
Yeah, considering the high temperature in this room, the decomposition process must have quickened. So maybe that's what's up with the steam valve.
Yeah. Taken together, Old Ling's time of death is close to Madame Yin's.
That's correct. So didn't we see him
I think we did see him after her death.
Because wasn't he one of the people who was looking for Hao Chu?
Yeah, I think so.
The murderer killed 2 people in a short period of time without leaving excess traces. John, we've encountered quite the cunning opponent this time. I'm happy about this serial killing.
There is a mahjong card placed next to the deceased. 7 of characters. No defense wounds were found on the body of the deceased. I want to know Brian's Chinese name. Yeah, me too.
I do too, yeah. It's like the only flashbacks we've had were in England, and Shen was using Brian exclusively. And then Joseph keeps calling us John, even though we're in China, Joseph.
Yep.
We're in China. You've got to start
He's literally
assimilating
speaking
to the culture.
Chinese and still
He's
calling
literally
him
speaking
John.
Chinese.
Weird. Based on the surface features, there are no traces of drug influence.
That's strange. Anyone would have dodged or fought back. Not to mention, he knew martial arts.
That definitely supports the suicide theory.
Yeah. Now, I will grant you, if they're opening up the window of death to the time of death to near Madame Yin's, Elle did staple herself to us like pretty early on, but it was still a little bit after Madame Yin's death. Like it was after we carried her body in. So I'm pretty sure.
Where was she during the investigation? Was she? She was there for the investigation, right? I don't remember who was where exactly.
I don't think she joined us. Like she was like in the room, maybe. Like, hang on. Okay, let's enter the memory palace. So the thing is, I'm pretty sure that Elle joined us more like as a sidekick character after we moved.
Yeah, she joined us after we moved the body. Was she like in the scene? I don't remember her being in the scene. In which case, she definitely could have been committing a murder at that time.
Going off committing another.
Yeah, Elle was with us the entire time since she helped Shen put the body in the crew room. She was there with us since we moved the body. But when we first found the body, I don't remember if she was with us then.
The thing I'm trying to place, because they said they're establishing his time of death as being very near Madame Yin's, which, if she was off killing him when that was happening,
but then the murder weapon would have had to be something different.
No, that's a good point. Yeah, the murder weapon would have to be replaced.
The murder weapon could only have been... Or rather, the hairpin could only have been procured after she was placed in the crew room.
No, that's a very good point. And I'm also trying to memory
that someone stabbed her with something else and then put the hairpin in later. But then Elle could not have been the one who switched out the hairpin, regardless. Elle would never have had access to the hairpin specifically.
Or second accomplice killer.
Yeah. It could be that Elle stabbed him with something else, and then someone else came and switched out the weapon.
Yeah, and it's like, and I'm really trying to remember, because either we physically saw him sometime after Madame Yin's death being like, where's Hao Chu?
I don't remember if he was looking for if he was still looking for Hao Chu at the time. I think he was. I'm pretty sure we did see him very briefly after. And also Kit is saying that Elle was with us when the sister screamed at the start and then ran with us. That is true. I distinctly remember Elle being with us during the the blackout stuff. I think we were talking to her very recently before that. So yeah, I think she was with us the whole time.
I don't think she was there in the initial investigation, or at the very least, because the sister was outside, right? The sister who screamed was outside in shock.
Yes.
And it's possible that she was also there outside, but I don't remember this very vividly.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly.
The first mate was there for sure. Joseph was there for sure.
Yep.
Shipmaster Lo was not.
And Taemon was there for sure. Shipmaster Lo was not. Shipmaster Lo supposedly was in the cockpit the entire time, which I would trust because I trust him, but I don't know.
Yeah, after the first investigation, because that's the thing. I think she was outside because Taemon was like, hey, you can't look at my sister-in-law's body, that's inappropriate. Let my sister do it instead. Elle was not an option, you know? And if the problem was, you need a woman to look at it, wouldn't she have been an option if she was there? So I think she was gone. I think if there's two killers, then somebody else, maybe Ling, killed Madame Yu, and then right after that, they met to reconvene, and then he was killed or something. Because, like, I think that him being a martial artist makes him a very likely suspect for Madame Yin's. But I guess if they're like, oh, this is the same killer, then it feels like his wound would have to be self-inflicted. And if we're going for a he was murdered, I guess maybe
that's also a good point about
the
first mate, that he was not originally with us at the scene. He came.
Oh yeah, no. The first
Apu.
mate is absolutely a suspect. He has been very, very quick to be like, Afu did this. And then he also has this motive of he definitely wants this money.
Yep.
And he's not on the boat with us 2 years in the future, so...
The murder weapon is a hairpin with a green jade inlaid at the end.
John, I recall Madame Yin wore a hairpiece identical in design. And you can't just buy this hairpiece with money.
Yes. I had just discovered Madame Yin's hairpin was stolen, yet now it has appeared here.
The murderer must have had a special reason to use this hairpin as a murder weapon. Or they're just grabbing anything with a point.
What was the story behind the hairpin again? Like, someone gave it to her
was like,
as, thanks for something.
We went to collect a debt from someplace, and she liked that hairpin, so we got the hairpin as part of the debt.
Yeah.
Joe，请检查一下自己的口袋。
Is this your card?
我刚在我的口袋里找
Oh.
He's like, oh yeah, we've just been pre-marked. That's fun.
Well,
Magician Girl is looking way more suspicious now.
Yep.
有一张号吧。
I have a 2.
okay,
Well,
I think
that's not
at
great.
this point this is like the murders are done. Like, I don't think they're planning to murder anyone in a specific order. This is the murders have been done. Now let's plant the evidence or the fake evidence of the rest of them.
Distraction time.
Yeah.
案发现场的马吊牌与死
So
亡
Joseph
事
said
实
he
之
had
间的关联
5.
I don't think he said what number he had.
Oh. Maybe I was making that up.
I mean, I can check the
I'm
history.
Yeah. That's true. Oh. Yeah, okay, probably not. Which one's yours, Joseph?
这些牌是凶手的挑衅。拿到牌的每一个人，都将成为他的猎物。
我们接下来该怎么办？
我们不能坐以待毙。
Get everybody in the same
请
room.
立即召集所有人到
Yeah,
餐厅。
gather
Alright,
everyone in the same room.
Yeah, I guess it's court time.
Also, check your pockets.
Yep.
Which is bad, because we don't know what's going on just yet.
Yep. Oh, stopping the ship.
Stopping the ship. Everybody in the dining hall.
where Shen recounted what just happened. Oh
众已
boy.
经介绍过了3起命案的情况。
They're like, who's John?
Yeah.
3名死者的身边都出现了马吊牌，分别是9万、8万和7万。刚才我和众在自己身上分别翻出了2万和3
Okay, so
万
he used the
2
fruity
张
then.
马吊牌。
Okay, he's 3.
Yes.
The least
这些牌
important
很
ones
可
to
能
kill.
是凶手杀人的死亡倒计时。
Okay, ooh, no. Here's the thing, because whoever doesn't have a Mahjong card is going to look like the killer. It's the perfect frame up.
Yep.
我想请各位也找找看，你们身上有没有牌？
怪了，这牌 这牌怎么凭空出现在我身上了？
Magician girl.
6万。
So the other thing is that she was supposedly in the room the whole time, so she wouldn't have been able to just
Afu was
go.
asleep for a lot of it. They
Yeah, but like,
said we'll have them sleep.
but I mean, like, she wouldn't have been able to casually approach people. Like, if she was sneaking things into people's pockets, like, she would have literally had to do it without them even knowing that she was there.
Well, yeah, but if she did it beforehand, like
Yeah,
at
but
the
like
table,
that raises the question, like, when did she plant them?
she could have planted the ones on her family. She could have planted them while she was there. The ones for Afu and us and Elle, she could have just done when we were like right next to her, like sleight of hand. She just needs to get close.
Well, I guess she was like, yeah, she was at the entrance to the first crime scene at some point, so it's possible that she could have snuck them in while people were coming in to investigate.
Yeah, I guess so. Hang on, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so 2 people are gonna not have a mahjong card.
Yeah.
Unless there's like a 0 of characters or something. Okay.
Oh, she has one.
So Afu and Lo are being framed. I'm safe, baby.
看来，丢失的万字门抹掉牌都在这里了。
Master Lo would also be the hardest
Poor
one to
Afu.
slip a card in.
你们都有牌，怎么就我没有啊？
He's like, "Aw, why am I being left
谁知道那
out?"
些牌是不是你留下的呢？
Shut
Yeah,
up.
see, First Mate Wu's
How
like,
dare
I'm
you.
going back with the framing.
老夫身上
He's
也没
like,
牌，
"Hey, you want to accuse me of murder?"
看来这凶手是要折磨老夫，让老夫看着乘客和船员们一个个被杀害。船上的凶手，冤有头，债有主。你
Revenge for what,
Revenge for what,
Shipmaster
yeah.
Lo?
催命符，这不是人，不是人干的。
Yeah, I think the first mate and the sister would make really good co-conspirators.
Yeah, absolutely.
But there's some suspicious stuff with Ling and Elle. Shipmaster Lo is there in the future and therefore innocent.
对吧，大哥？
良心，你怎么这么狡猾？你是不是被附体了？
大家先平静一下，不存在归神作乱，但这艘船上的确发生了一桩连环杀人案。为了各位的安全，请待在餐厅里，不要离开，这也有助于
Yeah,
我们找出凶手。
nobody is disappearing.
贝先生，在你找凶手之前，我们得先确定你是可信的才行。
Yeah, Mr. Joseph.
船长，贝先生在英国是有名的警探，现在又要去上海赴任检察官，没人比他更可信了。
I've not heard a word out of the sister yet. Yeah, she's been very quiet, very much
Very
trying to seem all, innocent and demure.
Non-suspicious.
Yep.
良心，
Also, that's a
贝
bold
先生我是了
statement,
解的，
Master Wu,
只是
First Mate Wu.
我
However,
理解船长的顾
he
虑。
does have a weird
这样
middle
吧
name.
我组织讨论，推理的工作交给众来完成。
Yeah, we'll have Shen do it. I could solve it,
整个
but
晚上，
I'll be
，Yeah.
周
and
宇
let
我
Shen
还
do
有
it.
吴德曼先生都待在这个餐厅中。
船长，我也能证明沈大哥是好人。
沈先生和
That's
贝
why I
先生帮我
stayed
洗清过
myself to
嫌
her
疑，
side.
我也赞成。
那就有劳两位先生了。贝先生，沈先生，
I noticed how
你们打算如何
freaked
找
out
出
the
凶
sister
手？
was when the sister-in-law saw
Yeah.
the Weston playing cards in her suitcase. Yeah,
They're not poker cards, they're
yeah,
magic cards.
they're magic cards.
老林和殷夫人遇刺的手法和伤口的情况是一模一样的。这应该是
So
同
we'll
一个
just,
凶
you
手
know, have all of you guys stab a dummy and see who gets the heart.
好酒的死因虽不同，但身边也发现了马吊牌。在同一凶手连续作案的案件中，时间是最为关键的信息。因此，我们需要确认诸位的不在场证明。
沈大哥，什么叫
Does Elle not get a chair?
不在场证明？
She's just standing
I
there.
must stand.
任何能证明案发时你们不在现场的证据。
由于殷夫人与老林的死亡时间相对确定，
Relatively
接下来
confirmed.
请诸位分别陈述。在
Okay,
这
but
两个
this
时
might
间
be where the
段
clock
你们
becomes
在
an
何处
issue.
做何事
Yeah.
有何人何物作证。我和众会通过大家的陈述来判断诸位是否拥有不在场证明。
She said she'll be too short.
如果有人说谎怎么办？
如果有
Oh,
人
don't
说
worry,
谎
we're good at that.
证言之间就会产生矛盾，从而会暴露出是谁在说谎。
如果没有其他疑问，那就从殷夫人的案子开始吧。诸位最后一次见到殷夫人，正是在这个餐厅中。随后，她独自离开餐厅，回仓房休息。
Okay, so this will at least help us establish who was where.
接
Yeah.
下来发生了停电事件。停电过程中，阿福被殷夫人的尸体绊倒。
We're gonna figure out what the heck that jar is eventually, right?
It's got to be
电
important.
力恢复，尹珠小姐也发现
The
了尸
food was
体。
pretty
尖叫声引来大家的关
confirmed
注。
to be there.
接下来就请各位说一说，从殷夫人离
Where
开
were
餐
you when
厅
the lights
到
went
电力
out?
恢复这段时间，你们各自的经历。
Okay, but did you have to turn the power out for this part too? That's right, we're doing the
我同沈先生讲过，
we're doing the crossover group testimony.
Why the power went out?
She doesn't have the mahjong cards anymore.
Yeah. Hey. I have.
She was
A
holding them
creature.
in her hands and playing with them,
Yep.
and now it's been
Yep.
changed to
Now it's
she's just
gone.
playing with. She's
No
so
more card.
she 100% is involved.
打完牌后，我感到胸闷气急，担心哮喘病复发。就
It
赶快
also
入睡了
feels like, given literally nobody has said that these cards were smeared with blood, I think they may just look like that.
It's possible. I had noticed that like the smear looks the same on all of them, which
It
would have been
looks the
pretty hard to
same,
do
like-
just if you're smearing blood on them. So maybe that is
I
just
think
the
that's just what
design,
mahjong cards look like.
or at least this set. it's
Yeah.
a blood themed set.
吃完药，
You know, nice
二想
murder
让我教他打
mahjong.
扑克，我身体不舒服就没答应。
I think she refused because she didn't have poker cards.
She doesn't have poker cards. She's a magician. It's her dark secret.
有的，阿福来过，他说要从屋里的仪器柜取件工具。
Some tool out. Don't mind
走
me.
后，药还没起效，我就去船头透气。三哥见过我，他能作证。
So, if they're in
我在船头
cahoots,
缓了一阵子
Yeah.
才觉得好些。正打算回房时，忽然停电了，四周很黑，一个人也没有。我太害怕了，就去驾驶室找三哥了。来电后，三哥送我回房，我们发现二嫂的。
well, that's interesting because he was not the one
请换
screaming.
下一位。
Now, okay, actually, it is true that he's like, oh, I found a foo. He must have done it.
Yeah, hang on. Let's get back in. Where are we
So
here?
maybe the idea is they both found her, and then he saw
Yeah,
the
like, he
suspicious
wasn't-
person, so he ran after.
Yeah, because he wasn't at the scene when we got there, but maybe he went.
He wasn't at the
immediately
scene
to
when we
find
got there, but
Apu.
the implication might be he gave immediate chase. He was being proactive.
Yeah, exactly. Apu was taking something out of his cabinet. But wait, didn't we say that he had gone into the room after the blackout because he had the lantern? So I guess he left and then like came back.
He left and came
with
back.
the lantern.
So we'll find out when Apu talks.
We'll find out during his turn.
Was.
I mean, maybe he was like returning something that he took from there, or he needed something else, or whatever.
He's like, I have a spare fuse in my box. I do this all the time.
Yeah, I was preparing dinner in the dining hall.
托大哥的福，我得替小娥去给船长送粥。见小妹在船头，就同她讲了几句话。到驾驶室后，我又替船长掌了会儿舵，接着就停电了。我正准备去查看情况，小妹来了。我见她害怕，就先留下陪她了。来电后的事与小妹说的差不多，只是我见到阿福就追了过去。
Okay, yeah.
他那副慌张的样子，很难不让人怀疑吧？
Yeah, he's
Where
so
was he?
suspicious.
Where did you find him? How did you find him? What was he doing at the time?
Explain.
According to you.
很好，下一位吴先生。
我有什么好说的吧？停电前后我都在餐厅啊，你们两个都晓得的呢。
下一位。
Nothing
殷夫
important
人
there.
什么时候离开的餐厅我不清楚。停电前我一直在开船。这期间，小娥来找过我，良心来送过粥。
When and why did Elle come by?
Yeah.
停电
not
后，
looking good for
影
Elle.
珠姑娘来了，她看起来有些害怕。她一直待在驾驶室，直到电力恢复，良心才送她回房。
再下一位。
停电前，我本在餐厅帮工，后来林叔叫我去轮机室帮忙。
Okay, but Uncle Ling doesn't let her do anything except touch with some of the specific machinery. And also, okay, it says
Yeah.
2120.
Yeah,
We've got an
it's
actual
highlighted, yeah.
time.
他叫你去帮什么忙？
Doing what? Yeah.
蒸汽机冷凝器的接头有点松动，他修的时候让我搭把手。
So that
请继续。
seems like a contradiction with what Lo had said
弄好接头
before.
后，林叔让我去找好大哥，我找了好几个地方，人都不在。
But I couldn't find him anywhere.
后来船长让我去打粥，我就回餐厅了。
Oh, so wait, did he call her in to get his kanji, and then she went and had Langshan bring it to him?
Yeah, the thing is that she did not bring the kangi. Like,
Yeah.
Lang Xin brought it himself. So that
Yeah.
is a suspicious absence.
That's weird.
Yeah.
回餐厅后，我一直与贝先生、沈大哥在一起，再没离开过。
But you didn't bring him his kangi.
好的，换最后一位，阿福。
终于轮到我说了吗？刚才可
Yeah, I've been waiting for it too, buddy. I know, man.
看来阿福哥的舌头还没好利索呢。
啊？大家是不是听不懂我的证词？
你且慢慢讲，我会细细听。
停电前，我正在调试我的新发明——真空手
The
套箱。
vacuum glove box. Whenever you need to vacuum your gloves.
但他在殷夫人的房里，我就去取了。我记得当时，殷夫人拿着一副扑克牌在笑。
Madam Yin was
女主角的眼
smiling.
色不
Oh,
太好。
she knew about the magician troupe.
拿到卡尺后，我就回屋继续调试了。没想到突然停电，害得我操作失误，手卡在箱子里， 我只好再去那个房间找工具。
Who could have guessed that a vacuum glove box could
还
vacuum
是
up
在屋里又
gloves?
待了一阵子？
算是立刻吧，手边正好有盏煤油灯，我提上它就出门了。走出门时，我看见一个人影从那间屋里出来，朝前跑
Towards the
了。
bow.
你有没有看清那人是谁？
Has anything other than the magician troupe on the newspaper come to light regarding the magician theory? Well,
Yes.
we found magic cards in Yinshu's suitcase. She had trick cards.
She had trick cards, but so it's not just that, oh, there was an advertisement for this magician troupe in the newspaper. Ling, one of the murder victims, had a whole bunch of newspapers.
He had like a whole
that
conspiracy
seemed to be
board.
related to the Wu family. And one of them was about that magician troupe in dire financial straits.
Yeah.
So it's almost like somebody who wants to make sure that troupe can get money might get involved in an inheritance scheme.
Yep.
Perchance.
雾太大，没看清，只能确定是人
I
影。
just saw somebody. Could be literally
当时
anyone.
我没多想，就进了屋。再往后的事你们都知道了。
很好，刚刚各位的证言都十分详细。接下来
So the one who
就交给
doesn't
众
seem to fit is Elle.
Yeah.
Because
She has
what
the most holes, I
happened
think.
with getting
两位先生，怎么老夫听下来，人人都有你们说的不在场证明啊？
不，前5个人中，
And it's interesting
有一
because
人
I'm
的
like,
证言
okay,
与
I
阿福的
do
证言
feel
存在不同
like 2 killers, the Wu siblings, are the strongest.
Yeah. And
Overall
Afu said that
thing.
someone... At what time would that have been? That he saw someone heading towards the bow, and that would have been towards the
Yeah.
cockpit where First Mate Wu and Yinshu would have been at some point.
Yeah. So something I'm wondering, which would be really elaborate, would be because we saw, you know, here's the time, the clock in the dining room doesn't
Yeah.
seem to match the record we saw of the blackout happened at this time. I'm like, could it be possible that there were 2 blackouts arranged in such a way that, you know,
Yeah, 'cause,
the people
like,
up in
the-
the cockpit, like,
Yeah, you normally think of, you know, fuse boxes having fuses that are like for specific, like, areas, if there are multiple fuses.
for specific areas.
So it could
You
be
can
that,
blow a
you know,
fuse
it-
for a specific room.
Yeah, it went out in the cockpit at a certain time and then in the dining hall at a different time.
Yeah, and we only actually, you know, fixed, you know, here's the fuse box in the dining room. So the scream and the body and everything happened pretty soon after that, like almost immediately after that.
Yeah.
Afu definitely experienced a blackout around that same time, but like what if there was like a delayed, like a different blackout in the cockpit meant to like slide forward the alibi for Liang Shen, you know?
Yeah.
Liang Shen.
Mm-hmm.
Because that time that's in the logbook is not the time that the blackout would have happened.
Actually, do we have... Where is
Between
that?
one of the first 5 testimonies and Afu's.
Yeah.
Okay. Afu was not the one that I was pinging as being off.
Okay, so this would be
But yeah.
10:10 to 10:20 would be when the power outage was. And I think we had seen the clock at 9:30, I believe.
9:30, yeah. So that's the thing.
So
the power
it's just,
outage.
yeah, it's a lot of time.
It feels like that contradicts. Now, Afu's was not the one I pinged as being...
I think
an
one potential
issue.
contradiction was that he saw this person head towards the bow, and they
towards
would
the
have
bow of the ship. They would have run into.
Yeah.
Oh, they would have run into.
Someone would have seen them.
Yu-Chin, I think. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
What's the sister?
Yeah.
She was at the front of the ship.
我调试发明需要一个游标卡尺，但他在殷夫人的房里，我就去取了。我记得当时殷夫人拿着一副扑克牌在笑，眼珠姐的脸色不太好。拿到卡尺后，我就回屋继续调试了，但突然停电导致我卡住了手。我立刻出门，想再去殷夫人房间取个工具。当时我没多想，就进了屋。再往后的事，你们都。
So yeah, I would say this probably.
Yeah. Yeah, because
no one
no
was,
one
yeah,
was
no
around.
one was
I was
around.
really
I
scared.
think that would be it.
Boom. Yeah.
阿福的证言与影珠姑娘的证言之间存在矛盾。
我吗？
啊？还是说是我弄错了？
停电发生时，阿福看见一个人影从殷夫人的房间出来，跑向船，而当时影珠姑娘就在船头，却没有见到任何人。
可能是天太黑，雾又很大，我才没看见。
Freaking, you were carrying the mahjong cards.
全甲板。
You're paying attention to the sprites.
如果有人跑向船头，应该会。银珠小姐可曾听到？
可能是这样吧。
Maybe that is the case.
小妹啊，你这话讲的有点心虚呢。
我当时太害怕了，没太注意。
两位先生，我知道是怎么回事了。
Oh.
He's like, I got it.
说说看。
啊？其实还有一个细节，
Oh.
我看到那个人影
They climbed up.
从殷夫人房间出来，
Oh.
Oh, never
就
mind.
开门进
Well, you
另一个
really should have
房间
mentioned that, Afu.
Hmm.
You're being a terrible witness here.
会不会是凶手躲在了贝先生的房间里，所以影珠姐才没看到？
Or the cockpit.
Yeah.
沈大哥，你不是发现有人闯进屋偷东西吗？
That's true. Someone was in our room.
会不会就是凶手干的？
有这个可能。不过，房间里只少了一瓶红酒。不知道
I
凶手
take one
为
bottle
何
of
要
red
红酒。
wine.
Hmm.
暂时得不出结论也没关系。我们先进行第
It's
二
actually
阶段
fine.
的确认
Lights out again.
When did you install that?
Joseph- Yeah. Joseph,
Like-
did you invent
Yeah.
sound-activated light switches just to be dramatic?
Yep. He certainly
He's
did.
like, yes.
朱伟最后一次见到老林，也是在这个餐厅中。
Okay, yeah, that's
Okay,
when
that
we
would have
saw
been
him.
before then, yeah. Okay, never
Before
mind. For
then,
some reason I thought we had seen him after, but
So
I
the
guess
thing is,
not.
I think it was that Elle said Old Ling asked me to find Hachu,
Okay.
which, yeah.
Yeah, well, she could have been talking about back then, but also
then. No,
she
absolutely could have
she
been.
or
She
someone
also
else
been
could have
murdering
lied
Ling.
about talking to him.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, Joseph
Yeah,
commissioned
it's like that's what
Ahmed
Afu's been doing.
to set up the lights, yeah.
It's why he hasn't
不
been
久前
speaking at all during
正
this
发现
case.
他被人刺死
I
在轮
think
机
that
室
if
内。
I get a chance to voice Afu during this chapter, it will be in the goddamn epilogue. I think we're in the end game. All right. Oh, well, we actually have. No, was this one? That one was voiced, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean it.
I guess we'll find out.
杀害他的凶器正是殷夫人头上的发簪。
Because, like, I would have said that maybe, they'd been messing around with the order of the deaths, and his death was actually
Yeah.
the first. But again, they would have had to
Yeah.
switch out the weapon.
Switch
'Cause
out
the
the
hairpin,
weapon, yeah,
they
which
would have
is
only
not
gotten after.
impossible, but
Yeah, it's not impossible.
考虑到调查殷夫人的命案
a
现场
thing
时，
which would be
发簪还没
truly
有被偷
wild
走。
if he was the first death, the actual target, and they literally murdered Madame Yin because they needed her hairpin to get a different
Maybe
time of death.
Maybe he was killed with the candlestick.
Yeah, and then they switched it out.
Yeah.
And they're like, for some reason, we need to switch this out. And she's got a hairpin. This will be the perfect way to fake it.
Yeah.
Which would be wild.
Did we ever determine where that candlestick came from? Like, I think we just assumed that it had been standing in her room.
The dining room, maybe?
Yeah, I don't think we know the specifics. I think we just assumed that it was from her room. Or at least I did, but we don't really know.
Although, like, Yin Chu is 100% involved, and her most likely motive is to kill Madame Yin for the money.
Yeah.
So...
初步判断老林的死亡时间在殷夫人遇害后不久。
Yeah, what is the motive for the drunkard? That's a good question. He potentially has some sort of connection with Madame Yin.
Madame Yin, because that's
we don't know 100%
thing
for
that
sure,
makes
though.
me think
But he was like hitting on her and had some kind of thing.
He was like, you look like the woman that I didn't get to marry. And I think that he might have been telling the truth because it would provide an actual connection. Like, there's a reason why him talking could have blown the entire operation.
Yeah.
接下来就请诸位说一说。
Now, there is another thing about the changing of the times of death. I think that, okay, because we've got this hot boiler room.
Yeah.
So regardless of when he was killed, his time of death would look earlier than it was just because the boiler room.
Yeah.
So the thing is, like, if we're taking that into account, if we're assuming, like, oh, what if the boiler room wasn't as hot? Like, if it was the same thing as that other case, what if it wasn't as hot? What if it didn't accelerate things as much?
Yeah, so I think that's why someone like opened the steam valve all the way to like make it heat up more quickly to make it look like it had always been this hot.
Yeah, it's like we could have a similar thing where he was killed later and they pulled the same trick. Yeah. I'm also like they could have pulled the steam valve open to further decay his body and make it.
Yes, that too.
Yeah, complicated.
离开殷夫人死亡现场之后的经历。
Yes. What happened after?
那件事之后
Why did they mostly go from left to right, except she goes first, which is so weird.
Yeah, because she's the suspect.
Yep.
Okay.
Where did you bring the pastries from? Where did she bring the pastries from? Did she go to the dining room for them?
No, she couldn't clean the blood off his hands. Because it's in the jar.
Yeah. Well, when we saw him... Well, first of all, his hand that had blood on it was the other hand. Second of all, they must have gotten the jar off at some point, because he didn't have it on when we saw them.
I'm just saying. That might be relevant.
Yeah, that is true. She does say hands plural.
Hands plural.
Okay, so she got the blood off the other hand.
We tried to remove the...
Yeah.
刚解开没多久，沈先生和小娥就来了。沈先生走后，我和阿福一直待在屋里，直到罗船长。
It would be really funny if those pastries were also drugged.
Yes.
很好。
Afu's just downing drugged pastries. He's building up a tolerance.
我把尹珠和阿福送回房间休息后，就回驾驶室向船长汇报情况。沈先生和小娥来调查时，船撞上了江豚，我们看见好酒掉了下来。船长出去查看情况，留下我顶他的班。之后我一直在掌舵。
那 我一个人在船长室里面那么长时间，有没有人可以证明的呢？
你没能和船一起翻到水里去喂你的龙王，不就是最好的证明？
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
呸！船上不能讲那
Could
个
they have an
字啊
autopilot?
不吉利的呢。
哪个字？翻字吗？
First mate was kind of a dick.
快说呸！
Yeah, well, they clearly have a
Even if he's not a murderer.
have conflict in their relationship.
Oh, they have
to
so
say
much
the
conflict, but like...
够了，乌德曼先生，轮到你睁眼了。
二位大人，我就不用说了吧。
Is there?
怎么？
Yes, you
难不成你
need to
心虚
give
了？
us an alibi.
心虚？大哥我啊，可是这船上最不心虚的人了。从屋里出来之后，我可一直在甲板上诵经，保全船平安的呢。
Surely the
Why
fact that we
does-
haven't been overturned is proof of that.
Yeah, exactly.
大哥的良苦用心，全船人都看在眼里，唯独良心你不能理解呀。
I'm the real one keeping this ship afloat.
够了，下一位。
Joseph is like,
你们
I
调查
tire
殷
of
夫人
this.
之死
Next.
老夫一直在掌舵。好久尸体掉下来后，老夫觉出事情危急，就让良心替了班。沈先生
Whoa, I just realized that
好久遗体时
Shen was
老夫
in
就在一
his
旁
other outfit there. What was that all about?
Shen's the
That's kind
killer.
of funny.
He did a quick change.
Yep.
之后，魏先生问了许多与好酒有关的问题，就让老夫带他去驾驶室看看。我们发现车中迟迟没有应答，便与贝先生一同去了轮机室。
That was a bit of a skip there between them bringing the body and the engine telegraph going off. What did you do in between that?
What were you doing in between,
赶到
Shipmaster
时
Low?，
沈先生和小娥已经先到了。
Because, like, the first mate was manning the wheel. Or did you switch out at that time?
很好，请换下一位。
我一直跟沈大哥在一起。
Very convenient.
Very convenient, Shipmate L.
换最后一位。
啊！从命案现场出来后，我就一直在屋里休息。门外很安静的，我头很晕，很想睡觉，
And fell asleep.
Hmm.
可偏偏一直有个嗡嗡的念经声，虽然声音不大，
Poor
但是
Hoffman.
很烦。
Let the boy rest.
好在有尹珠姐照顾我，她给我拿了好吃的，还帮我解开了真空手套枪。然后先生就来了，治好了我的舌头，还叮嘱我们不要出门。
很好。现在，每个人都提供了新的证言。
沈先生，这次的证言可有问题？
Didn't notice anything too weird.
Yeah.
并不是所有人都毫无保留地说出了全部经历。
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you.
有一个
you
人的描
didn't-
述与我调查时所见的情况并不一致。
Not match the
Saw during
situation.
investigation. Okay. I agree that Lowe had kind of a jump, but okay.
I was
Resting in a
off
food
his room with a
room.
dime. He wasn't feeling well, so I took care of him, helped him remove the box. Made a room after that. Got into the cockpit.
We haven't seen anything to
Someone
contradict that.
Stayed at the helm. Yeah.
That does seem to fit.
Did we see him doing anything else? I don't think so. I think it's true.
So the thing is, I don't know if he was doing that at first, though.
What? Being at the helm?
Okay, so because he was doing that after Hao Chu's body fell. But I don't think he was there in front of the room doing that before, because when Elle was with us, we could get all the way to the back of the ship without running into him.
Yeah. Where did he go? I think... Where did he originally go? Did he go with Yinchu and Afu to get them situated? When we all separated after the investigation.
I think maybe that is what he said happened, but that if he just situated them and then went out...
That doesn't match what he's saying here.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure if that does. Jeez. The situation we saw during investigation.
Did not mistake the prayer chants for the record player. What was on the record player again? Can we...
Oh, jeez.
Oh, no, we don't have
I don't actually remember.
Oh, no, we can close, though. Because I think we checked it out at some point. I guess we don't have it in evidence.
Yeah, no, I don't think we do.
Weird.
So the thing is, there's like, we kind of bring up there's a little bit of a gap with Shipmaster Lowe, but that's not necessarily a contradiction.
Yeah, well, he says he was with Joseph, so they...
Yeah.
Presumably he has an alibi.
Which was true.
I guess this is the one that's the weirdest to me. Because there was at least a bit of time when he wasn't there.
Yeah, where he wasn't.
I'm gonna try to... You know what? Let's save. We can do that.
We can save.
I'm gonna try this guy.
That does sound like a we got it correct.
Yeah.
吴老爷，你说你一直在甲板上祈福，可是我跟沈大哥去驾驶室。
Why is he in that outfit?
可没在甲板上。
That's so strange.
So weird.
So weird.
Like, we can allegedly change his outfit, can't we?
I don't know. We can see the other outfits. I don't know if we can actually switch them. Oh, I see like a costume thing. Okay, yeah, we can.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, look at that. We've got all these
Ordinary
outfits.
shirts.
Oh, look at that. Whoa. Didn't realize we had so many outfits.
So maybe it's just they want to spice up the cutscenes.
The time paradox. What do we got for Afu? Oh, that's cute. Oh, whoa. Cute.
Alright.
向龙王祈福要做很多准备的呢。
He did need to get a lot of pork.
四路神仙八方龙王要的祭祀物品各不相同啊，哎呀，跟你们讲也讲不通的呢。我在船甲板上忙这忙那的，可能刚好和你们错过了吧。
Like where?
如果吴德满一直在甲板上，这件物品的出现是怎么回事呢？
Yeah, do we got that coin now?
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
Would it have gotten there after the investigation, though? I assumed it had gotten there before that.
We found it in our and Joseph's room, and we didn't go there until we started the investigation.
Yes.
德满兄可曾发现，你的剑上少了一枚铜钱？
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, a kid is saying that they have the it's past Shen was when they met. So I guess you're supposed to be in the
yeah, but
more
like
Western
they
style
automatically
look
switched
this time.
us to the England outfit when we were in England.
Yeah, but here they
England.
just
if
left
they
the
wanted
regular
it
outfit.
to be that outfit.
Well, I think switching the outfits would kind of, eliminate the whole purpose of having it switchable in the first place.
Yeah. I just
think
like
they want you to
maybe
be
it
able to-
activated after a certain point or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Point is, he's wearing the England outfit in the flashbacks.
Yeah. So again, England outfit is canon, I guess. Here, maybe we should just switch it now.
The canon timeline.
Or we can switch it to one of these others too if we want. This one's super fancy. Look at that. No, let's just stick with the standard.
The canon timeline.
德满兄可曾发现，
A change of
少
attire.
了一枚铜钱？
Oh, that'll be interesting to see the different animations with this one.
他少了枚铜钱，
Yes.
怕是他为我挡了一灾。
正巧，少的那枚铜钱被我捡到了，现在完璧归赵。
Oh, he grabbed the wine for an offering. He's not
Probably,
a murderer.
yeah.
He's just.
更巧的是，他是在我的舱室中捡到的。
Yeah.
德满兄，这该作何解释？
这个
I was gathering goods.
大哥，阿福亲眼看见凶手进入沈先生的房间，该不会就是你吧？
无良心！你这个没良心的，不要血口喷人！
德满兄，我没记错的话，调查殷夫人房间时，
Oh,
这枚
he
铜钱
noticed
还在
that.
我剑上。
He noticed every single
Sure.
coin on the sword.
He went.
He was like,
into
I
his
saw your
memory
sword.
palace.
And it did not have a single coin out of place.
He went into his memory palace. He's like, let me count these coins.
I wonder if you can actually see the missing coin in his sprite.
I guess let's pay attention and see.
All right, let's see. So yeah,
It's
the
like an
handle
even
looks
tilt.
fine, and it's like
Yeah.
yeah,
There's a
okay.
point on top of one coin,
Gotta
and
pause
I think
it,
if
yeah.
we pay attention to the sprite, we should see either a gap in the handle or a gap in the
我暂
blade.
时不认为你是
Yeah.
阿福所见到的那个人。不过，偷进
At
我
the
房间
moment.
这件事，
I
我
want
需
an
要一个合理的
explanation.
解释。
Oh, well, I was gonna take a look at it, but
No! Hang on, I've got access to the stream. I'm gonna.
no, it's fine. I think he'll get it back.
我还不是为了各位。
Yeah, he just needed the offering.
Okay. Okay, yeah, I can. I hopped back on the screen. You can see one missing in the hilt.
Okay.
So we were paying attention to the sprites, but we clearly weren't paying enough attention.
Yeah.
混些顺风冲嘴进去，
Oh wow.
我又怕龙王怪罪，想再补上一瓶好酒。
I
正好看到
borrowed
你
your
们无有
wine.
我就借走了。
I was gonna give it
讲道
back.
理，祭祀龙王爷的得是上好
Like I didn't want to use your shitty wine.
Your shitty British wine. I mean, to be
这些
fair,
贡
would you
品现在
trust
在什么地方？
the lives of everyone on the ship to British cuisine?
我把他们
Tossed him in the river.
3阴3阳6代，然后一代一代的抛到水里了呢。
Uh-oh, I wonder if he's
That
shocked for like a specific thing.
is there something in the yin and yang
水里
bags?
去了。
All the pork?
还有我的波尔多红酒。
He's like, this is worse than murder. Throw him off the ship.
我
It's
本来是要
no,
图你
it's
们
from
讲的，
France.
但你们忙嘛。
It
那
has
些东西要
sentimental
多少
value.
钱呢？我会出的呢。
You seemed busy with my
Oh,
sister-in-law's
boy.
murder.
这次吴德满应该说的是真话。他往水里扔祭品， 我也确实看到了。
So yeah.
Yeah, we did see this.
So first mate Wu continues to be a prime suspect, and he seems super shocked.
Yeah. I wonder if there was like something among the pork that he is now like, oh shit.
这些足金刀头，还有顺风冲嘴，都是孝敬你们的。你们若收了，就请消了这水里的血光吧。
And then the blood showed up.
如果这次吴德满说的是真话，那此前另一个人的证言中。
After Yunzhou died, I indeed went to Mr. Shen's cabin, but it was to borrow the wine. I divided it into 6 bags and threw them into the water, 1 bag at a time. Huh.
Are we gonna get to see it? Oh jeez, yeah, I can barely read what's in that testimony. Okay, let's see what's the contradiction. What have we got?
So he says he went into Mr. Shen's cabin to borrow the wine, divided the wine and other offerings into 6 bags, threw them into the water 1 bag at a time. I would accept him just being upset at his brother for dumping all the pork into the water regardless. That's true. Like, I'm not saying for sure that it's something weird, but it's always suspicious when someone acts very shocked about something.
Yeah, he's
like,
a prime
to be
suspect.
fair, it could also be shocking if, like, someone is throwing your food supplies overboard.
Yes.
Like, I don't know how much excess food we have, but it's probably not great.
Yeah. I mean, we are on a river that definitely hits a lot of ports, so it
yeah, for sure. Like, we can restock, but like, it's also like money. Like,
so
we'd have to.
The contradiction might be in a Fu's statement because he says he couldn't get to sleep because of all the chanting.
That's true.
But Wu Timon was not chanting the whole time. I'd like to at least look at Sailor Man because he's suspicious. Yeah. And I just want to confirm that there wouldn't be anything that would contradict it. Yeah, no, I'm not seeing a contradiction there. I think it's a Fu's because I think the reveal is going to be that a Fu fell asleep and didn't realize, thereby freeing Magician Girl.
Yeah.
To go do sneaky murder stuff.
Hang on, give me a sec. I'll be right back.
Yep.
Pork sandwiches aren't good right now. Alright, let's try this one.
阿福，你在房间休息时，除门外的诵经声，还听到过什么声音吗？
啊？没有啊。光那个念经声就够让我头大了。
I'm allergic to superstition.
确定没有？
是的。
如果你如此在意门外的声音，就不应该注意不到。
Oh.
Hello, kitty.
Oh, him tossing the bags in?
Yeah, maybe.
吴先生将祭品一袋袋抛入水的声音，
All right.
以及他抛祭品前的喊话声。
So it was the
那些声音明明更加吵闹。
So what? Yeah, where was the record player?
I don't remember.
可是先生说的那些声音，我确实没听到过。
Because like we were taking note of the record player, but oh no, Fu, you definitely did it now.
Yeah, you fell asleep.
听阿福的描述，应该是晕血后的昏迷。阿福，
Vasovagal syncope. I like how not only
本身却非常关键。
like it hasn't sounded like he's saying a British term, right? Like he knows the terminology in Chinese.
I guess so.
He is very fluent in this. Your testimony won't be taken into consideration. It's bunk.
如果阿福当时
It
处于
means
昏睡中，
Magician Girl doesn't have an
意味着
alibi.
有一个人在殷夫人和老林遇害的时段里都无法提供确切的不在场证明。
Yep.
You.
All right, Magician Girl, let's go.
在2个关键时间段内都无法提供确切不在场证明的人，就是你，影珠姑娘。
允出去！
沈先生，你们是不是弄错了？
我小妹怎么可能是凶手？
And First Mate Wu, who's been suspecting everybody, is like, no, it could not have been my sister.
而在殷夫人遇害的时间段中，影珠姑娘说自己独自在船头，除去偶遇良心兄的那段时间外，也无人能证明。
Yeah, I think he was covering for her. Absolutely.
难道其他人就都清清白白了？周，请说一说你是如何得出这个结论的？
What do you mean how
She
it came to
doesn't
this
have an
conclusion?
alibi?
She doesn't have an alibi.
尤其是接连出现的马
Yeah. She's Magician
我们
Magician
可以确
girl.
定
Magician Girl.
是同一个凶手连续作案。
Major
通过确认不在场
premise.
证明，我们可以排除一部分人的嫌疑。
But that's the thing. What if it's not the same murderer for all
不确定是
three?
否他杀，加之时间较久，暂时无法排除任何人。 殷夫
Very
人被灼台
dramatic.
刺杀。
Oh, look at all
发
this.
生在
Oh,
离开餐
no.
厅至停电后，阿福进入
Oh,
房间
no.
这一时间段内，
Oh wait, shit. No, hang on. I wanna see this again. Go to our evidence.
She was killed after she left the dining hall and before Afu entered the room. Right.
Hang on. Go into the evidence.
2110 to 2150.
Yeah,
I
because
can't
we
access
have
the
a
evidence right now.
Damn it. Okay, hang on. Yeah, 2110 to 2150 is just the time frame that they're showing for it.
约瑟、沈仲平3人全程都在餐厅内。阿福则由于晕血等原因，已经被证明不是凶手。
I feel like that's not actually a great alibi, Shen.
发生在殷夫人尸体被转移，致我和小娥进入轮机室这一时段内，可以排除全程和我在一起的小娥，几乎全程在开船的吴良心，以及半程与良心在一起，半程与约瑟在一起的罗船长。唯一无法排除的是影珠。
Oh yeah, now I can see the
Yeah,
missing
okay.
coin.
Yeah.
你不会是被
No, hang on. Can you pull up our evidence
我
now?
给附体了吧？
Yes. What did you want to
Because
say?
2110 to
Oh, the time,
2150
yeah.
is the time. 2210 power outage occurred. 2220 power restored.
Yep.
So the time is off.
It is definitely off.
And okay, another thing. Full speed, slowly advanced. So this proves a time at which someone in the engine room was able to adjust the speed.
Yes.
So
at
21:30,
he was alive.
yeah, that's 9:30. That was when we looked at the clock, and that was when we saw the ding, 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 ding.
Yes,
So
and we took note of the ding 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 as being
Yes.
the
ding, ding, ding. It's the very important
thing.
detective terminology.
yes, for changing the speed.
But
then then that time lines
this is
up
a
though.
really serious. No, it doesn't. 2210 power outage occurred. The power outage was
the
supposed to happen at
2130 lines up.
The 2130
But the rest
lines
doesn't.
Up, yes. The rest doesn't. Why doesn't
So
it line up?
it's not uniformly off, basically.
Yeah.
Something.
It's not
some
like,
kind of time
we
jump
just
somewhere.
moved one clock.
Yeah.
Something happened
Something
here.
weird.
Yes.
So would it have been then if maybe the clocks are both correct, but the like you said, there were 2 different power outages at different times.
2 different power outages
But
at
then,
different times, maybe.
Then this power outage would have actually happened much later than the other one, which wouldn't make much sense.
Much later. Yes. Yeah, so the other thing I'm wondering is if the navigation log was done by First Mate Lowe, he could have written down the time wrong for whatever reason.
That's true. He could have messed with the log.
Yeah.
Do we know who wrote it, though? Like, I would assume that the shipmaster wrote it?
I would
in which
assume
case I would
either
trust
the shipmaster or it's the First Mate.
Yeah, it's one of the 2.
Like,
I would
one
guess.
of those 2.
All right.
This is a case.
不是我，我真的一直在仓房里。
But you did do the mahjong cards.
落水的声音，我是听到了的。
Yeah, but
and also if he was
Mm-hmm.
practically outside her room, so like, or the room where she was, so he probably would have seen if she was moving around.
Which he?
Timon. Well, I guess no, she could have done stuff while, he was doing his preparations, and then been back before he was doing the offerings.
Yes.
银珠小姐，我必须要提醒一下，听到过祭品落水声，并不能证明你在房间里。
Yes.
Yeah.
That's also true. That's a different story.
因为那个声音也可以在房间外听到。
She got the pastries.
我应该怎么办才好？
Tell us about the magicians.
你可以再仔细回忆一下经历过的人、事、物，看看什么能作为你的不在场证明。
I don't think she did tell us that she left to get buns and came back. Oh.
I think the flashback did show her leaving for them.
Did it? Well, I think her. I mean, I can try to check the testimony again if I can find it.
Check the
It's
court
probably a while
record.
back at this point.
Scrolling. It was when we were saying what was happening afterwards. So scrolling. Okay. Approved Wu Taman. Did it. That.
No, okay, we
didn't see on.
We can't go back that far.
We cannot go that far back.
现在，请你更详细的陈述停电前后的情
I
况。
guess
we'll see
find
how
out.
she says it now.
Yes. And you were holding the mahjong card. We missed the coin clue, but we did see
Yeah,
that.
the card we did
哮
see.
喘病复发，就匆忙赶回屋吃药了。没多久，二嫂也回来了，让我教她玩扑克。
That was definitely the reason.
Okay, that's where the phonograph
阿福
was.
来了，
Yes.
需要取一件工具。
据阿福说，当时你的脸色不太好，是怎么回事？
因为二嫂她私自乱翻我的箱子，弄得我有点
She found your
不开心
secret magician stash.
理解，请继续。
阿福走后，我也就离开了房间，去船头透气了。我遇到了三哥，给船长送食盒。三哥同我讲了几句话，
And that's still
我在船头
a.
缓了一阵，觉得好些了。
Why didn't Elle bring the
正打算
shipmaster
回
the
房时
congi?
忽然停电了。我一个人很害怕，就想去驾驶室找三哥。
银珠小姐，在你从船头走去驾驶室的路上，确定没遇到任何人，对吗？
我没 注意，当时周围很黑，一点光亮都没有。我脑子也已经乱了，只想快点见到三哥。好在他和船长都在驾驶室。
影珠姑娘的描述与现场发现的某件证物之间。
All right.
回屋后，二嫂让我教她玩扑克，我发现她乱翻我箱子，有点不开心。我们正说
Is
着
it time
话，
to
阿福来了，
point out
说要
the
取一件
magic
工具。
stuff? Okay, bye.
Do we even have that in our inventory,
阿
though?
福走后，
What do we
I
have
don't think
for
we do,
clues?
to be honest. Yeah, let's check our inventory. Okay, we
Yeah.
have the newspaper about the
All right.
missing escort.
Missing escort?
We have Afu's lamp. We have the autopsy report. We have this.
So the thing is, I think
card.
the contradiction might be Afu's lamp. Because Afu went into Madame Yin's room during the blackout. And
Yeah.
he was carrying the kerosene lamp.
Yeah, that's true. So the
So
coin we've already
She
figured
would
out.
have seen him.
The log is still mysterious. The 9. Between 4 to 6 hours. The hairpin. These newspaper clippings.
Yeah.
The father's death. We still don't really know what happened to him.
Yeah.
There could have been some kind of foul play involved in that, which caused all this.
The foulest of play.
Steam valve. That's gonna come back later. Okay. Yeah, nothing
Yeah.
too crazy here.
This has been like a surprisingly evidence-light
Yeah.
case so far, but yeah, I
Afu
think that the
left.
contradiction has to be
Yeah, but Afu would have gone out with the lamp. Yeah.
我一个人很害怕，就想去驾驶室找三哥。船头去驾驶室的路上很黑，一点光亮都没有。我没注意有没有。
Without a single spark of
Yeah.
light, I didn't notice anyone else.
我只想着快点见到三哥。好在。
Yeah.
影珠姑娘，你确定周围是全黑的？
确定的。
一点光亮都不曾见到？
是，一点光亮都没有。
但这是不合理的。阿福当时正提着煤油灯站在甲板上，你又面对着他，怎么可能一点光都看不到？
可是，我真的没看到光。
Oh no.
贝先生，
But I really didn't
我
see
小妹从小就怕黑。
is
但
concerning.
是她如果真的看到了光，肯定不会那么害怕。有没有可能，小妹进驾驶室的时间
Yeah,
和
at
阿
a
福出来
different
的时间
time,
正好
different
错开
blackouts.
Yeah.
无论是阿福还是影珠姑娘，都是在停电后马上改变了行动。
Yeah, right after
Different
the
power
power outage.
outages. Now, the thing that confuses me is like, she's definitely involved, so why is she doing the, but I really didn't see? I'm almost wondering if the Mahjong cards are like unrelated. Like, she was like, yeah, it was just a little prank.
在回房时，
It's a little
忽然停
little
电了。
prank.
我一个人很害怕，就想去驾驶室找三哥。
But I'm not sure, cause like, clearly she had Mahjong
但两
cards
个人
with
总不可能是
her
完全平时的吧？
when we saw them, so it would be impossible. So we do have the solution to this, isolated blackouts,
Yeah.
which is wild and specific. And it might start to point back towards Elle as like one of the only people who could orchestrate that, but like those two have motive.
少许的时间差不妨碍众的推论成立，因为人眼在黑暗中
It
对
wasn't
光
a
是异
slight
常
time
敏感。
difference. It would have been
Yeah, let
a big
us
time difference.
explain the time difference.
今晚大雾，天上的月亮和星星都被云层遮蔽。停电后，甲板上一片漆黑，阿福的煤油灯是唯一的光源。
Yeah, it's the ace attorneyism of the, but I really saw this. It's like, it's not, you know, the murderers are the ones who protest what? No, that's impossible and whatever. It's the witnesses who are telling the truth who are like, but I really saw it this way. You know, they're like,
Yeah.
So that's
she's definitely up to
concerning.
something shady, but I feel like there is some kind of like scheme pileup going on here.
Yeah. It's like, the thing is, I don't think there's an innocent explanation for planting the mahjong cards, because she had some of them after murders started happening. I could believe, oh, I was gonna do a magic trick, so I planted mahjong cards in people's pockets ahead of time so I could, you gotta do the preparation beforehand for the illusions, you know? I could see that, and then it gets caught up in the serial killing thing to make it look like this is part of the countdown.
Yeah, but someone would have had to know that she was doing that in order to use it.
Well, it could have, in the scenario where she didn't have any of the mahjong cards when we saw her in the room, like, I could see it genuinely being an accident that the killer just rolled with. But, like, it doesn't work if you keep planting them after the first murder, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe now is not the time, you two. So...
那就是阿福在撒谎了。
Yeah, she could be the more innocent accomplice, but
yeah, maybe.
Yeah, we're back to blaming a foo.
我相信尹珠姐不会骗人，但我说的也都是真的。
Yeah.
So, the Ace Attorney
阿福说他
is them. They're both telling the truth.
看到一个人走出殷夫人的房间，向船头跑去。而尹珠姑娘说，她去驾驶室的路上，没见到任何人。
Now, I will say there is the fact that the cockpit blackout.
都是真话呢。
They were both. So we can't say they're both telling the truth. If she had her back towards the food, that could explain it. I think that maybe makes a bit more sense. Both mistaken isn't...
I feel like these could potentially be kind of the same thing if she was leaving the scene.
If she was out at
when Afu came out.
Or not even leaving the scene necessarily, like...
Well, because Afu saw someone leaving the scene.
Saw someone leaving the scene, but I'm like, okay, if we have a scenario where they're both kind of like, she's going... up and out, and a foo is lured out of the room earlier, then okay, because like a foo's blackout. Okay, hang on, I'm trying to think of this. So we've been kind of suggesting with our different blackouts theory, dining room blackout, cockpit blackout.
Yeah.
But what if instead you have upper rooms blackout and then dining room blackout, or maybe like a combination of all three?
Yeah,
like
it could be, but like Afu and Yinshu were both upstairs.
Yeah. Like,
so
I guess I'm
sort
of trying to figure out if there is a scenario where Yinshu doesn't see a power outage and just walks to the bow, and meanwhile Afu's been in Murder Town and sees her leaving, but she doesn't think there's anything suspicious because she hasn't seen that there's, like, the blackout is localized, you know? But then we do also have the issue of if a foo saw, like, lights on in the cockpit, he might not be like, oh, this is a blackout everywhere. So I think it's either Yinshu had her back towards a foo, or they were both mistaken. Both mistaken.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure, like, what they were both mistaken means.
Yeah,
I feel like it might be that.
Yeah, because it seems like the closest to they're both telling the truth.
Yeah, they both don't have a full understanding of the situation, basically.
Yeah.
Is what I want to say.
Telling the truth,
Let's
but
try
are both
this one.
mistaken.
Okay, apparently not.
同时又深信自己看到的。
Now, one of the things that I have been wondering,
是不言而喻的。
goes without saying, give me something new.
他们弄
What did
错
they
了
get
什么
wrong? Of course.
有没有可能
Okay.
Oh, I didn't even get it.
两个人说的这部分话
Yeah.
都是真话。
So I think that back towards the food, the timing of it, that her blackout didn't happen at the same time.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I mean, it looks like we'll have chances.
Yeah,
So
neither of these make a super lot of sense to me, but let's try it, I guess.
如果当时影珠背对着阿福，脸朝向船头的方向，他就看不到身
this
后
one
的
at
光，
least gets us a drawing.
Yeah.
那他便不是从船头去的驾驶室，而是从殷夫人的房
But the
间。
bow from the cockpit. Out from. Well, okay, so they might have both gotten us in the same place.
Yeah, they both basically mean the same thing.
影珠姑娘，停电之后，你并不是从船头去往驾驶室，而是从殷夫人的房间，所以你才没有注意到身后的煤油灯光。
我
在船头见过良心以后，有较长的一段时间，你并没有不在场证明。你谎称继续待在船头，实际上再次返回了舱室。殷夫人极有可能就是在这段时间里被你杀害的。
不是这样的。
沈先生，阿福不是说看到凶手进了你们的房间吗？小妹可是来船长室了呀。
Well, no, I think he
But,
saw
like, he would've
he saw
looked
someone
like it.
enter. Yeah, he saw someone entering a room farther down.
Yeah.
He
Farther
didn't know
down.
specifically which one. It could have been the
Oh god,
cockpit.
I hope we're not getting a debate mini game.
晚上雾大，阿福根本分不清影珠进了哪间房。
是这样的。
闯入我们房间盗走红酒的人是令兄吴先生，而那是殷夫人案发后的事了。除此之外，并没有发现第二个人闯入的痕迹。
就算阿福看到的人是小妹，也不意味着他就是凶手吧？
Yeah, you're awful quick to defend
小
her
妹只是
for.
回了趟屋而已。
What do you mean, go back to her room?
But why?
Her room is in the other direction.
Yeah,
如
and
果影珠不是
like,
凶手，
wouldn't she find the
她
murder?
回屋必
Yeah.
然会。
Yeah.
She would discover the body. She'd be like, what the fuck?
影珠离开房间后，紧接着阿福就进屋了，而殷夫人已经遇害。若影珠不是凶手，她肯定也已经发现尸体了。为何却没有马上告诉罗船长和良心你呢？
影珠姑娘，这是怎么回事？你来驾驶舱之前就已经发现尸体了吗？
我
怎么支支吾吾的？
我不知道该怎么讲了。
吴老爷，你别吓唬影珠姐了，都说不出来话了。
Poor Apu.
先生，
Maybe she did a murder,
Well,
but
Julie,
I
it's okay.
empathize with her more.
你们说他是凶手，他得有动机吧？
Oh, that's what we're doing
Motive.
now.
他为什么要杀害自己二嫂呢？
若要说动机，只怕与现场的这件物品有关。
Okay,
Oh,
the
item related
suitcase.
to the crime scene. Yeah, the suitcase.
这个行李箱是影珠的，她在离开仓房前还刻意关上了箱子。
I
可见箱子中的物品对她而言十分重要。
yeah. I am wondering if we should try to wrap things up soon because
Yeah,
I don't
it
think this
seems
is
like
ending
there's-
anytime soon. So
This
I don't
is
think we're gonna be
like
able to
a
finish.
thing. This is a big
tonight.
case. We're
Yeah.
I still am suspicious of the first mate.
Yeah.
He has as much motive for money as she does.
Yeah, they kind of all do.
And like
尹珠在意的是巷子中的什么呢？
And like, I'm not convinced that Yin Chu, even as a, serial killing distraction, like, okay, so here's the thing that I think could happen. Like, something that hasn't come up yet is that, and I know we're wrapping up soon, but I want to get this stuff out here, is all of the back and forth on the boat. We have not brought up the fact that somebody could hide from somebody else on deck by climbing up to the roof.
Yeah.
So the thing
how many
is,
ways up to the roof are there? I think there's just like the one.
I think there's just the ladder. Yeah. So if you did that though and you climbed up on the roof, here's what I think. I think Hao Chu was not actually a homicide. I think that at least the thing that they're sort of suggesting is that Madame Yin was killed because of an escalation that happened due to the suitcase and the snooping. If Yin Chu was working alone, she might have at some point climbed up to the roof of the boat to hide, like maybe from a fu. Well, it wouldn't have been in that scenario, but like at some point climbing up to hide. She discovers Hao Chu's body. He legitimately just choked to death.
Yeah.
And
then she decides to use that to cover up.
Idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it could explain, like, I don't know if the Mahjong card was already, like, I don't know why she would have planted it otherwise, but, like, the 9 of characters we already noted was the only one that hadn't been taken by her, presumably, at the dining thing.
Yeah.
So it makes sense if she sees a dead body that happened before Madame Yin and is like, I can make this look like a serial killing. I can make this look like somebody is targeting everyone. All I have to do is plant the card. And then I guess is like, in for a penny, I got to kill someone else to really hammer this home. So Ling, or maybe even Ling was just like, maybe it wasn't even meant to be like a countdown. Like, okay, so the original thing was just, similar Mahjong cards. Maybe it was a countdown. My point is, like, Ling could have been motivated by knowing things about the Wu family. He has the article. He knows about the magician tree.
He knew about her secret identity.
So he might have confronted her, and then she stabbed him. And then is like, well, I have this.
I do think that he probably
killing.
was not expecting it at the very least. I don't think it was much of like a confrontation,
killing.
so to speak.
Yeah. She's like, I just need to plant the card and make it look like this. Yeah, there's a point where like the brother is super suspicious, but we don't have anything at the moment that ties him to any of these individual crimes.
Yeah, he could just be
the most suspicious thing about him is that he is really eager to pin the crime on anybody except his sister.
Yeah.
So, yeah, maybe it's altruistic. Maybe it's like, I like my sister best, and if she did kill someone, no, she didn't. Maybe it's she offered to cut me in on the obvious inheritance we were going to get, and I need the money. But it could be that post the fact, she ran into him. Even in her story, she ran into her brother.
Yeah.
So maybe that was where she confessed to murder, and he was like, you know what, no, we can swing this. And then maybe he was the one who found the body, and that's why the 9 of characters, like, because he was the one who brought up this is the only one that's left. So maybe he's the one who found Hao Chu's body and was like, plant card, this is a serial killing now. We just have to make it look like everybody's the target.
Maybe.
Yeah. They keep saying like, okay, the heart stabbing had to have been the same person, so it suggests that she killed both Yin and Ling. But like, what if it also could have been? It also could have been. We'd have to figure out how this works with the times of death and everything, because we're ruling people out a lot. But like, maybe the first mate like she told him, "Oh no, our sister-in-law found this out. I'm in so much trouble," and he's like, "I'll take care of this," and then he does both of the murders. It's a mess. There's a lot going on.
Yeah.
So he's got to be involved. Okay, well, yeah, the cards, because the mahjong card is mixed in with it. So, in fact, if there was some kind of planting, it's got to be the magic cards.
Yeah.
这副扑克牌原本在殷夫人手里。
我记得当时殷夫人拿着一副扑克牌在笑，眼珠子的脸色不太好。
Like, I will note, I'm not seeing a candlestick on hand for a spur of the moment murder.
Yeah.
这应该是影珠姑娘你放进去的吧？你不希望别人看到这副牌，所以合上了行李箱。
这就有些儿戏了。小妹怎么可能为了一副扑克牌杀人？
They're not poker cards. They're magician's cards.
牌上有什么特别之处？
You'll discover the Ace of Threes.
Oh, we have a hat pattern on the back that seems to have been seen somewhere before.
Just like those magicians.
我想，这件证物
The
会告
Ace
诉大
of
家，这副牌真正
Threes.
的用途。
Okay, which one was the...
Dining hall newspaper. It's the first one.
Oh yeah, with the magic hat.
The hat. Yeah.
关键之处就在于牌背面的图案。它正
Unique
是近年来
magic.
享誉沪上的魔术组织——羽旗魔术团的标志。
Their famous magic organization, the Unique Magic Troupe. We demand to be taken seriously.
前段时间我还看过他们一场名叫《心有灵犀》的表演，票很不好买的。
Telepathy.
那个莫雨琦表演心有灵犀魔术的时候，
Mo.
拿的就是这种牌。
He was using cards just like these. Well, I guess he didn't see the trick. He just saw that the back had the hats on it, probably.
良心兄好记性。
可是，这魔术组织和船上发生的命案又有什么关系呢？
Well, they're the same cards.
难道魔术组织只是个幌子？实际上
They're actually pirates. Oh
有
no.
可能。毕竟除了殷夫人以外，遇害的还有轮机工老林和船员好久。
I don't
影珠姐
think
根
they're
本没
pirates
道
for
理杀
sure.
他们呀。
影珠姑娘的动机，也许与这份证据有关。
I guess.
Okay,
this.
now it's the Magic Troupe's financial crisis.
若要说动机，恐怕还是与钱财有关。
That's right.
不是的，
沈先生，我小妹向来衣食无忧，阿爷临走前还留了一大笔遗产给她。
Unless remember that rule about women doing immoral things in public.
Yeah.
If
如果她有可能会失
Madam
去这
Yin
笔遗
was
产，
going to disinherit her, yes.
什么意思？
影珠姑娘自己可能的确不太需要钱，但与其魔术团却需要。这是一份在老林床边找到的简报。魔术团深陷财
So
务危
old
机，
Ling's like, I know your secret. You're a fucking magician.
魔术表演所用之道具
Only a
鲜有
magician
外
would
传。
know the right way to stab the pericardium to cause someone to die before being able to
既然
scream
出
for
现在影
help.
珠身边，说明魔
That
术团与他
classic
之间
magic trick.
存在较为密切的联系，而魔术团又深陷财务危机，急需资金注入。
不是，阿爷生前最不喜这些西洋
Father never liked
无价的
Western
怎
things
么又
like
在洋人
stage
的戏法上
magicians.
Yeah.
印珠啊，你要好自为之啊！
I'm angrier about this than the murder.
可是要被剥夺继承权的呢。
我推测，殷夫人与影珠之间的冲突，可能源于此。在阿福所见场景中发生的对话，应该不是关于扑克，而是关于遗产。
Who's just like, I'm sure it was just about poker and nothing else.
沈先生，那老林和好酒呢？又是怎么回事？
That's the better question.
So How Chu was just
我刚才
lucky.
出示的简报
Well,
是在他
Oh
手上。
yeah, unlucky.
A lucky break.
他看起来很关注胡家人的动向，而且他也需要钱。
不要再
Blackmail.
讲了。
Oh?
也许老林与殷
So-
夫人在这件事上存在某种合谋。
If it's just
也许老
her,
林单独要挟过
the
影珠。
engine room does connect to the dining hall, which
It
would be
does.
where she'd get those pastries.
That's true.
我确实见过林叔和尹珠姐单独说话。
Okay, well, that would have been nice to know, thank you.
至于好酒，暂时还不能完全确定他的死因。
Yeah. He might have been
我还没有一
legitimately
个确切的
just...
结论。也许是一起被利用的意外事故，也许是一个被灭口的证人。
那我们每个人身上找到的马吊牌又是怎么回事？
That was just a
Sleight of
distraction.
与他人和这件
hand.
事有没有关系？
Yeah, but it hides the
再
motive.
有了。
我猜，马吊牌只是幌子，目的是营造传说杀人的假象。
A legendary murder.
Legendary murder.
That's
船
right.
上流言四起，人人自
Moltres.
危，
I'm
凶
on
手
to
便是有
you.
脱罪的机会。真正的目标，应该只有已经遇害的3人。
这个推论有什么依据吗？
遇害
Well,
者身上
there's
的马
not
吊
one for
牌
everybody.
都是死后留下的，出现，而其余人的牌都是在身上发现的。
啊？可是尹珠姐是怎么把那些牌放到大家身上
Magic,
的呢？
Afu. Have you not been listening?
将牌放到每个人身上，对影珠姑娘来说，应该不难做到。
Sleight of hand.
难不成小妹学过魔术？
My sister
Finally, you're catching
is a
on.
magician.
哎，这种不入流的东西，说出来都出眉头。
Okay, we've got so much issues. So I guess First Mate Wu might be gone because he's now like one of the biggest inheritors, and he's like, well, I've got to do some soul searching on my trip around the world. I can't work on this boat 2 years in the future if you were concerned about that.
依我看呐、这船上凶事连连，怕都是那什么魔术传下
That
的
magic troop specifically hates us.
Yep. Oh.
住嘴！
That's it. Just because I murdered 2 and/or 3 people, you don't have any right to
真
judge.
能讲了，没什么大不了的。我是
Just
一
fucking
魔术
card
团的
tricks,
一
you
员，
asshole.
艺名茱莉亚。
Julia. Oh my god, a
是我
Western
的男
name.
朋友。
啊，茱莉亚，莫里奇的那个
Sexy
魔术助
assistant.
理。
First Mate
Gasp.
Wu is like, oh no. I have so many wet dreams I have to purge from my brain now.
Oh no! No!
没错，就是你妹妹我。
做成那个样子出来丢人现眼。还有，那男朋友是怎么回事？没有父母之命，媒妁之言，你就私定终身了？
That's what boyfriend
如此
means.
世界
They're
法
married
则在倡
now.
导婚恋自由。
住口！哪里听来的污糟话？我看你是承袭着阿爷走
Wu
把你。
Timon, I know she's the murderer, but you're still the one looking bad here.
阿爷同我讲过， 他送我去读书，就是怕我被困于围墙之内。他讲，我该去见识更广
He
阔的世
said,
界。
and I quote, "If anybody ever tries to stop you from claiming your inheritance, kill them quickly with a single strike through the pericardium."
也不知道当初阿爷被你灌了什么迷魂汤，留了那么大一笔钱给你。你违反家规，伤风败俗，不守妇道，要剥夺
Oh
继
my
承权的
god.
呢。
Wow, there's so much drama.
吴老爷，
I feel like the dad
你说
could
的
have
这些东
changed
西
the family
根
rules.
本无
if
法
he
和
wanted.
魔术相提并论。但是我真正喜欢的东西，我的追求，我的
Oh
生
no,
活
she's
Uh-oh,
passionate
yeah.
about something. There we go. Proof positive.
我享受
That's
登
it.
场，
Who's like,
享受
I'm
舞台，享
I'm
受观
burning
众
this
惊
into
叹的
my
眼
brain
神。
as a core memory.
我还有一群志同道合的朋友，为了他们，我愿意付出一切。
I'm willing to murder.
好，这次回去后，我就召集家族会议。钱，一文也别想拿到了。
够了。
Just
林
is
珠
like,
小
I
姐
tire
能否
of
继承
this.
家产是吴家内部的事，而今晚，在这个餐厅里，还有一桩连环凶杀案要破。因此，
Yeah, he's like, murder
林
is
珠小
bad,
姐
and I would never murder
您是
someone.
否愿意将自己的经历坦诚相告？
好，二嫂确实私自翻我的箱子，还翻出了扑克牌，我想要回来。
I kind of want to pause here. I think this
Yeah,
might be the best
thing is,
opportunity.
yeah,
Because I think this is gonna go for a
we're
while.
really close. Yeah, so our next session, this could end up getting wrapped up pretty quickly, but like,
I think there's
It
probably
could
at least
also
a good
be-
half hour left.
yeah, there's probably going to be a decent back and forth. Like,
Yeah.
what's his name in the last case, where he's like, no, you can't prove it, no.
Yeah.
So
All right. I think this is going to be where we end for today.
yeah, it's like
This is a fun case,
we
though.
could also have a wild twist, but like she was definitely the one with the mahjong cards, and that's really the only motive we can think of to plant them is
Yeah.
to make this look like a serial killing. So
Yeah.
first mate,
So if she wasn't the murderer, she was at least definitely setting up the crime
super
scenes.
involved.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like we're getting there, but when we still haven't explained the blackout discrepancy.
Yeah, that's weird.
Like that one's weird. Like it could be like in a game like this, you really want to make sure that the only contradictions are the ones that are intended.
Yeah.
And we have it in our evidence for a reason. So like they do have some red herring clues, but like not that many.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely curious what's gonna happen with that.
Tuesday.
But yeah, this case is definitely melting my brain a little bit. There's just too many
it's
people
been
with
wild.
motive.
It's been hard to pin
Too
things down.
many
We
people
did
just,
call
like, going
the
around.
magician thing.
Yeah.
We were like immediately, this is all about magicians.
Yep.
So sometimes when you know, you know. All right, yeah. So now
All right.
it makes sense to stop.
I guess that'll be it for tonight then. We will see Yinshu's testimony next time. So yeah,
Yep.
that'll be next week then, on Tuesday.
Next week, Tuesday.
Yep. Alright.
All right.
I hope you guys are enjoying the game, and I'll see you next time then. Have a good rest of your day.
See ya.
Bye.
Yeah. Bye.